is Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.
That's a good one too, to the back post, and it's in the back of the net, and Ireland have scored! Liam Scales put it across the area, and Parrott has got his 6th goal for Ireland. Would you believe it? Here's a chance, and Ireland got a 2nd. Unbelievable! He's done it again! Parrott.
Well, it has all come down to this. The Republic of Ireland must beat Hungary this afternoon to make the World Cup playoffs. All of the joy and jubilation of last Thursday's victory over Portugal will fade away if the boys in green don't gain 3 points here. We're live in Budapest to bring you full commentary and reaction with an expert panel in studio.
We'll also follow the action in the Provincial Club Championships in football and hurling. We're live at Navan for the Troy Town Stakes. In Dubai, where Royal McIlroy almost did it again. And we have reaction to 2 big Irish victories last night. The women's basketball team and the men's rugby team. This is Sunday Sport. We're with you until 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you're very welcome along. So much to look forward to in the next few minutes. We're 15 minutes away from kickoff in Budapest. Let's go straight to our match commentator, Adrian Eames.
Good afternoon, Des. Yeah, all set here in Budapest. Absolutely splendid day. Temperatures around about 12 degrees. It gets pretty cold in Budapest in the evening time, but at the moment it's certainly very, very sultry as things stand on this November day. And it is a big day, of course, for the Republic of Ireland bidding to make it through to the World Cup playoffs. Still a lot of work to do if they get the win this afternoon, and that's the goal. They have to try and win this match. For Hungary, well, almost certainly a point will be enough for them to make it through to those playoffs. Portugal obviously taking on Armenia at the same time as Ireland kick off here in Budapest against Hungary. In terms of team news for Ireland, just the one change made from that heroic performance against Portugal on Thursday night, with Jason Malumbi slotting into the centre of midfield alongside Josh Cullen, with Jack Taylor of Ipswich Town making away. And the Hungarians, they make a couple of changes, drafting in Daniel Lukács, who's a decent enough player, and he scored his first international goal here last month, and also coming in the very highly rated Ferencváros player Alex Toth, who's just 19 years of age. They're being called in by the Hungarian manager Marco Rossi. So a big occasion, obviously huge support here as well for Hungary. It's a 67,000 Salet. Kenny Cunningham is alongside me. There'll be around about 3,000 Irish spectators, a lot of Irish spectators, of course, flocking into Budapest right across the weekend. Kenny, how are you feeling about this?
Oh, tough question. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling quietly optimistic after the performance. Obviously a few nights ago at the Aviva, but also a dose of realism as well. The longer the distance between that game at the Aviva the other evening, I think the more we understand how difficult a task this is going to be against a very efficient Hungarian team who'll be hugely motivated. That has to be said. Haven't been at a World Cup, I think, for 40 years. We know how desperate we are to get there. Well, it's just the same for this team. So huge opportunity for them. We're hoping a little bit of tension will creep into their play, but with a packed house here in Hungary, they'll really get behind the home team. They'll really get them fired up. So it's a daunting task in some respects facing this Irish team this afternoon, but it's exactly where we'd wanted to have been, and we still have an opportunity. It's still realistic. It's still possible for us to qualify.
And just the one change, Jason Malumbi coming into the starting 11. What do you make of that?
It's understandable. I would have been a bit uneasy, Adrian, if we'd picked the same midfield three. Finn Azaz and Jack Taylor, more attack-minded central midfield players. That would have felt a little bit out-balanced maybe in terms of what's in front of us this evening. So to bring Jason Malumbi in a little bit more defence-minded alongside Josh Cullen and Finn Azaz, so of the three, he'll be encouraged somewhat to get a little bit higher up the pitch in contact with Troy Parrott, Azog Chidoziog Benny Will from the right-hand side. That won't change. But I think the performance might need to change a little bit from what we saw against Portugal. I think we might need to take a step forward this evening at times, Adrian, get a little bit further up the pitch, maybe push our wing-backs, maybe 10-20 yards higher up the pitch in contact with that front three, in terms of trying to maybe at times to grab this game a little bit by the scruff of the neck and get a foothold a bit more of the opposition half the pitch than what we saw at the Aviva against Portugal. Portugal the other night.
Ireland have to win, so how did they approach it? How does Heimer approach this one? Obviously a very brave performance against Portugal where they sat in and hit on the counter and long balls in behind, and they got the 2 goals, and Troy Parrott was the absolute hero of the night. But today we have to win, so how did they go about it?
Yeah, well, probably his team formation maybe is a slight indicator to that, Adrian. If you've really been looking to attack this game and really kind of go for it, if that's what you want to say, you probably could have picked 2 different maybe wing backs to start this evening. Ryan Manning was an obvious one as an option to Liam Scales, a more attack-minded player. You could even make an argument for maybe Ogbene in a right wing back position and introduce another forward hurler up the pitch if you'd wanted to be a little bit more gung-ho and a little bit more attack-minded. The fact he's resisted that, Adrian, and kept Liam Scales and Seamus Coleman in a back 5 suggests he's going to be happy to sit behind the ball for significant periods in the game. But I think it might be a dangerous tactic against this Hungarian team. I think they'll be a little bit more incisive, Adrian, with their passing and a little bit early, a little bit quicker to get the ball into their penalty box than the Portuguese were the other evening. So we just have to find that happy balance to win, sitting in and trusting our defensive structure, but also getting up to the other end of the pitch.
Okay, very good.
Attacking threat.
Okay, well, they're certainly cranking up the atmosphere here in Budapest at the moment. The fans with their scarves aloft. And kick-off, Des, Marie, just a few minutes away.
All right, we look forward to it. We have our panel in the studio. We'll hear from them in a moment. But we're going to check on the club GA scores before we do that. In football, in the Connacht Senior Club Championship, latest score is St. Bridget's of Roscommon 1-3, Ballina Stephenites 1-1. In the other semi-final, Leitrim Gales are leading Moycoolen at this stage. It's Leitrim Gales 1-2, Moycoolen 4 points. And in Leinster, we have 3 quarter-finals. The Thai were impressive winners last night. At the moment, Castletown of Wexford leading Ballyboden St. Dennis by 3 points to 2. Naomh Morteen 4 points, Port Arlington 3 points, and the Downs of Westmeath 1-2, Tullamore 4 points. We're going to switch to the hurling now, and it's quarterfinals day in Munster. First of all, we're going to Porrick Lodge at Walsh Park, where Ballygunner are playing Sarsfields. Porrick.
And at half-time, Des, it's Ballygunner well ahead, leading Sarsfields by 2 goals and 11 points to 1 goal and 6 points. And Ballygunner look well placed now to keep their long unbeaten record at Walsh Park intact. They haven't lost a championship game at this venue for 10 years. And on a bright, fresh afternoon, the 12-in-a-row Waterford champions were given a boost just before throw-in. Pádraig Mahoney, their ace free-taker, passed fit to play, having missed their last game. And his presence has been significant. He's landed 7 points, 6 frees and a 65. And by the 14th minute, Ballygunner were 11 points up, both goals coming from former soccer star Desi Hutchinson. The first a speculative effort at a point that dropped short, batted directly into his path by the unfortunate Sars goalkeeper Ben Graham, and Hutchinson clinically dispatched it to the net. 3 minutes later, from a Patrick Fitzgerald line cut, Hutchinson got possession and was allowed plenty of space to waltz his way through and finish from close range. The movement, the skill, the speed of the Ballygunner forwards has been dazzling. Sars, a pale shadow of the side that shocked Ballygunner in last year's Munster final, although they will draw some encouragement from the fact that they landed 1 goal and 3 points on the run to half-time. The goal, a flicked effort from Daniel Hogan. But in the sunshine at Walsh Park, it looks like Ballygunner are on their way to the Munster final in 2 weeks' time. This Munster semi-final is a half-time score of Ballygunner of Waterford, 2 goals and 11 points. Sarsfields of Cork, 1 goal and 6 points.
Well, that's impressive stuff from Walsh Park. Where are we going to now, Marie?
I was very excited, Des, to hear that the other quarter-final in Munster between Aerogue and Lockmore Castleiney has been switched from Cusack Park to 6 Mile Bridge.
Wow.
So I'm delighted.
Centre of the world.
Delighted to go down to Darren Frahal, who is standing by there. Darren.
Marie, they're all asking for you. It's been quite that we basically all turned up in Ennis and then literally got the text as I was getting out of the car. We're going to the bridge and we're all delighted to be here. What a community effort, I have to say. Everyone has gotten in here. They were not expected to host this match. There was actually a Junior C Camogie Munster Championship game here at 11 o'clock this morning. But
did it go ahead?
Cast of hundreds here, getting it all done. And it's going to go ahead now at 2:30. Burst water mains in Ennis. And basically, that's why the game has been moved here. So, Lockmore Castleiney, Aerogue, what a game. This is going to be a bit of a delay. 2:30 start here. but we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, very much so. Ray McManus of Sports File texted me this morning and said, tell your mother to put on another batch of scones. We're all coming to 6 Mile Bridge. So it's brilliant. We'll be checking back in there throughout the afternoon. Now, that huge game is taking place in Budapest in just a few minutes, and we have our soccer panel now in studio. Former footballers Alan Cawley and Anya Gorman are with us, and journalist Paul O'Hare. Anya, there is so much anticipation and excitement about this game because Ireland have a chance. It's in their hands. Can they get that job done?
Yeah, absolutely, Maria. I think we need to build on the momentum of the victory on Thursday night in the Aviva Stadium, bring that confidence into the game, stay focused. Obviously, we know Hungary only need a point. Sometimes that can work against them as well. So I think the game plan will be the same as.
The only thing is, Alan, Hungary got their win, albeit, Armenia might have got an equaliser against them. So Hungary, job done, and they're going into this match now also in confident mood.
Yeah, absolutely, Des. And I think when you look at kind of the situation at the start of the group, of course there would have been, because they would have been fancied coming out of the pot to be the ones to finish runners up to Portugal. So I think they would have been confident throughout. The fact that they obviously played us already in the 2-2 draw as well, they'll fancy their chances at home. They'll be quite strong, big crowd, the atmosphere looks absolutely incredible. But I do agree with Anya a little bit in the sense that there's pressure on them as well, Des, and it's a funny one. When you do only need a point, you go out with that mindset. I don't think they will. I think they'll just take the game in isolation and try and beat Ireland. But in terms of our kind of viewpoint, I think it's absolutely brilliant that we've got to this stage, because if you think back to the start of the campaign and even that night against Hungary, and then we lose to Armenia, sure, we were out before it even started. So to have this chance, we would have snapped your hand off at the start of the campaign. So I'm really excited, Des. I'm so looking forward to it, I have to say.
Paul O'Hare, you've been following this team for 20 years. You've seen every single game they've played, bar one in that time. Do you think we should be as confident and excited as we are?
I don't want to bring the mood down, Marie. I'm just I wouldn't say I'm pessimistic. Yeah, you want to sort of ride that wave, that momentum from Thursday. And I was even at the rugby match last night working at it, and some of the players were sort of talking about the lift that the senior team on Thursday, the under-17s doing so well over in Qatar, gave the rugby team last night. We just have this sort of ability to shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit when it comes to the second game. Hamer Hallgrimsson has mentioned it a few times in the past about the second game in each window.
The 2-week blocks, that
they don't always tend to go well. And like yesterday, he was over in Budapest at the press conference, he was making the point that he was talking about his team selection and how he wanted to go with a more or less the same team. And he goes, you know what we get from us. And I think, no, we don't. We don't really know what we get from this Irish team at times. They can be so Jekyll and Hyde. But look, hopeful, confident, not so sure.
Okay. By the way, what do you expect, Anya? I mean, it's reasonable what you say. Do you think we will get a win? Because it's a big ask compared to even a draw, which would be a good result normally.
Yeah, look, I think you have to go into the game. Every game football you go to play, you go to win. I think we'll set up similar to we did against Portugal. It will suit us. If Hungary possess the ball a little bit more, we stay in, we defend well, and you know how dangerous we are in the counter-attack.
It's the basics, Aldo, isn't it? Like the commitment, the dedication, the hard work, the diving headers, body on the line.
Oh yeah, that's all the things that got us the victory the other night and has got us the victories over the years, and it's what we love to see, Marie. But just in terms of the game itself and what to expect, I don't think they need to be gung-ho from the start. Absolutely, you need to win the game, but that doesn't mean you have to go and try and win it in the first 10 minutes. So play your way into the game. As Paul said, coming off the back of the other night, it'll be interesting to see just the intensity and what was there, and the Aviva may not be there from the start in this game. And Hungary are a very good team, but I give us every chance, I really do this. And as I said, it doesn't have to be won in the first 10-15 minutes. Play your way into the game, settle into the game. I think Malumbi comes back into the midfield. I'm not surprised to see that, even though Jack Taylor did quite well the other night. Similar players in terms of energy and effort and getting round. Malumbi probably better on the ball, but if we can get Troy Parrott into the game like we did the other night in Ogbennet, they'll be a real handful.
No pressure on Troy Parrott, huh?
No, absolutely not. I'd be interested to see what sort of respect Hungary give us, because I thought Portugal gave us none, and maybe based on how we played over in Lisbon, where it was obviously very much back to the walls, and it was again on Thursday night. But the amount of sort of space that Portugal gave us on Thursday night, it just didn't show any respect to the Irish team, that they could hit them on the counter. I think Hungary will probably be a bit more mindful of that today.
All right then. Well, the anthems are just finishing, so let's go there. We'll hear the roar now from the crowd. Kenny Cunningham and Adrian Eames are going to take us through one of the biggest matches Ireland have played in many a year. Adrian.
Yes, good afternoon. The anthems have just concluded here at the Puskas Arena. It really is a very impressive venue. It cost around about 593 million when it was completed in 2019, and it holds about 67,000. And you can hear the noise that the home supporters are making. There's a huge Irish contingent as well, as you'd expect, away to our left-hand side, but plenty of empty seats for some reason or other in the Irish section away to our left-hand side, perched high in the stands here at the Pushkas Arena as the marching band leaves the field of play. The pitch, as you'd expect, absolutely top-notch, and the Irish team, while they break away after the team photograph, they'll be wearing the white jerseys, green shorts and white socks this afternoon. Huge pressure, of course, as mentioned, on the home side, Hungary, this afternoon, as they bid to make it to the World Cup finals for the first time since 1986. Ireland, of course, last competing at a World Cup back in 2002 in Japan and Korea. And, of course, before all of that, the whole business with Saipan. So Nathan Collins alongside the maestro for Hungary, Liverpool's Dominic Szoboszlai, in the middle of the pitch, preparing for the Toinkos. And our match referee this afternoon is Espen Eskash, who hails from Norway. He actually refereed Ireland's 3-0 win over Kazakhstan, you may recall, a few years ago, back in 2021. And he was also in charge of the match between Ireland and Greece in Dublin last year in the Nations League, which Greece won by 2-0. Marvellous atmosphere, Kenny, and a brilliant setting as well.
Yeah, it is a wonderful stadium, Adrian. Almost takes your breath away when you walk up the steps to the back of the stand. Wonderful atmosphere and great opportunity for these Irish players to create a bit of history of their own this afternoon. I'm sure that's what's driving them.
Yeah, 3 tiers in the stadium, and we're perched in the middle tier. The Irish fans away to our left-hand side in the top tier, and the teams at the centre circle. And before kick-off, there will be a minute's silence stroke applause. And the Irish players lined up, ready for battle. A lot of expectation for Hungary on the part of their supporters. This venue actually will host the Champions League final next May. So it's a biggie for them in terms of attracting major tournaments. So the two teams lined up at the moment. It's a perfectly still afternoon. Conditions absolutely perfect. And temperature is very, very nice indeed. At around about 12 degrees. It gets pretty chilly in the evening time. And some of the supporters away to our left-hand side are just basking in the evening glow. Kick-off time here just at 3 o'clock local time, 2 o'clock Irish time. Anxious moments, of course, for both sets of players before kick-off. We are going to have a minute's silence here. In fact, it's going to be a minute's applause. It was interesting yesterday, the Hungarian manager Marco Rossi suggesting that Ireland will adopt very much a British style of football. We're back to those kind of terms in terms of
what does that mean?
Yeah, well, aggressive in your face.
Is that how Pep plays?
Yeah, well,
it's a British team, isn't it? Man City.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
I'm sure you read the comments. What did you make? We've heard them so many times down through the years. This thing about the British style, aggressive in your face, and obviously he was reacting to Ireland's performance against Portugal and the fallout from the Ronaldo dismissal.
Yeah, I think it was reference obviously to sending off the previous game at the Aviva, which was so consequential in the game as well. I think a little reminder to his players as well, Adrian, this game you have to keep your composure, you have to keep calm, even the most pressurised situations. That's going to be important for both sets of players this evening. Yeah,
Roland Shalai, who starts this evening for Hungary, was the player red carded in Dublin. Ireland benefiting from 3 successive red cards in terms of matches in Dublin. But it's 11v11 and the referee is just checking on everything, and very shortly kick-off will take place and Ireland will bid to get the win they need to try and make it through to the World Cup playoffs. Still a lot of work to do and some hurdles to be negotiated before we get there, but let's start with the goal in hand, which is to get a victory here in Budapest. Nathan Collins immediately sends it long up towards Liam Scales, who gets a start again. There was some speculation that Ryan Manning might come into the fold, but he's on the bench today, just the one change, and straight away Shalai is on the attack and he's had his heels clipped by the retreating Darragh O'Shea, and Ireland have conceded the first free kick of the match. It's about 30 metres inside the Irish half on this near side, right-hand side, as Hungary attack from left to right as we look out from the stand here.
Picking up where they left off at the Aviva, Shalai and Darragh O'Shea, Adrian just clipped their heels. the Hungarian player, this is a good opportunity. Soboslai, we know how good his delivery is. Even from this area, he's a long way out. But he's got the quality.
Well, Hungary in the red jerseys, white shorts and green socks. Dominic Soboslai about to take this free kick about 10 metres in from the sideline on this near side. And it'll be a curler towards the penalty spot, and it runs right through to the back post. And the last touch came off Seamus Coleman, and it will be the first corner of the afternoon. So a positive start here, Kenny, from the home side, as you'd expect.
Yeah, it's interesting, Adrian. Quite a deep defensive line there. Traditionally, we're used to seeing teams maybe 5-10 yards higher. The edge of the penalty box. The Irish team retreated. Didn't win that initial header when he came into the box. Found its way to Seamus. The back post just skidded off the surface, just ricocheted off his leg and went out for a corner kick.
And the man who took the free kick just a few moments ago, the architect-in-chief when it comes to set pieces for Hungary, Dominic Soboslai of Liverpool, preparing to take this corner, the first of the afternoon for the home side. It's on their left-hand side, so he'll swing it in with the right foot low towards the near post, and it ricochets just over the top. They're appealing for another corner, and they're going to get it, and that was an anxious moment for Ireland defensively.
Oh, smart play from Soboslai, just whipped it in about 4 foot off the ground inside that near post. Should never got there. Should have been defended that better at the near post. Got a deflection off an Irish defender, just went over the crossbar, fortunately for us.
Once again, Varga lurking inside the area. It's another flat one towards the near post, and again it's Stad behind, so 3 successive corners early on here for Hungary. Early pressure being put on Ireland here defensively. Queeving Keller trying to organise players and bodies in front of him. It's a very congested 6-yard box at the moment, with a cluster of Hungarian players trying to make life difficult. One of the Hungarian players has ended up in the back of the net, and the home supporters, the ultras behind that goal, which is occupied by Queeving Keller in the first half, letting their feelings be known, and the referee going in to sort out one or two matters. Willie Orban is being spoken to alongside Jason Malumbi. So a third corner in rapid fire succession here for Hungary. Once again, it's Soboslai. He goes short, and Kirkesh, his Liverpool colleague, rolls it back to him, and it's drilled in, and he scored. It's headed into the back of the net. It's an early goal. But what about that? Daniel Lukacs, one of the 2 changes made, with a darting header at the near post. Well, they scored early in Dublin, Hungary, and they've done likewise in Budapest. Daniel Lukacs, which was his second international goal, and Ireland undone early on. Hungary 1, Republic of Ireland 0.
Yeah, it's been a really nervous start from the Irish team. You'd have to say that. Giving away a couple of corners, very nervous defended. Even that last one, the clearance from Liam Scales, put out behind for a corner kick, could easily have put it out for a throw in. Hungary worked a short corner. I think there's a small suspicion of offside here as we see the first replay. Adrian, that's what we're hoping for. Lukacs, it's a wonderful in-swinging ball from Soboslai to get a 2v1 on the short corner kick.
Well, there is a goal check for offside. Lukacs with a low header. He was crouching down and he met it sweetly, and it found the back of the net. But they are checking for a potential offside leading up to that goal. So some early drama in Budapest. Hungary fans celebrating, and now they are hearing that there's a VAR check. So play is held up, and Daniel Lukacs, a poke up the cheeks there. Well, the check is over and the goal stands. So it's Hungary 1, Republic of Ireland 0.
Yeah, it's the worst possible start, Adrian. That's an obvious thing to say, but we could have brought it on ourselves a little bit. Should have been defending those corner kicks a little bit better. Smart play from the Hungarians, recognised there was a little bit of an overload to play a short corner, and it's the quality of that delivery again from Soboslai. That's what was key in the goal, Adrian.
Well, Hungary on the front foot once again, buoyed by that early goal at the Puskás Arena. Soboslai swings it in towards the edge of the area, away by Nathan Collins initially, and now Troy Parrott trying to hold it up for Ireland on halfway. And really the pressure coming on from Hungary. Ireland not being allowed to dilly-dally in possession, and it's back defensively with Jake O'Brien, who clears up towards halfway but cut out by Soboslai for Hungary. In the end, the ball trickles out of play on the far side, but a really positive start from the home side has led the opening goal of the match, and they lead by 1-0. The worst possible start for Heimer Hallgrímsson and for the Republic of Ireland, who now have to try and get a foothold in the match even at this early stage. They have it thrown on the far side, and it's straight to Soboslai, the ball bobbing around. And the Hungarians certainly up for it. A big prize at stake for them. A point will do. Ireland have to win this contest to progress to the playoff positions. As the ball is sent forward, and they were appealing that it was out of play as Darragh O'Shea just managed to nick it forward. Troy Parrott looking at the referee imploringly here, but the decision goes in favour of Hungary. Well, a super start for Marco Rossi, the 61-year-old Italian in charge of Hungary. The worst possible for the Republic of Ireland. The pressure on Ireland to back it up after last Thursday's spine-tingling performance against Portugal. Those 2 goals scored in emphatic fashion by Troy Parrott, and of course we had all the fuss and drama around the sending off of Cristiano Ronaldo, but Ireland really now have to dig in here in Budapest, don't they?
Yeah, just got to clear our heads, Adrian. The game plan's gone out the window now. That would have been first 15-20 minutes. Don't concede, certainly don't concede a goal, don't concede too many opportunities, keeping it all, just kind of get a foothold in the game. That's all changed now. We've got to clear our heads very quickly, make sure this doesn't get to 2-0. That's the first thing. It's almost like damage limitation. Next 10-15 minutes, just kind of batten down the hatches. It's a long way to go in this game. It's a big task now. We always knew that if we were to concede the opening goal, we've got to go and get 2. That's not going to be easy. The tails are up from this Hungarian team. We have to keep believing. But the start of that process is not conceding the next 10 or 15 minutes.
And the home supporters absolutely buzzing, as you'd expect. Eyes firmly fixed on the prize of a place in the World Cup finals next summer in North America. As the ball is rolled out towards this near side, picked up by Loic Nego, has support available. Schaefer, who was fouled just a few moments ago by Jason Malumbi. Orban out to Nego, and now Schaefer. He's deep inside his own half, has the option of going back to his goalkeeper, and decides to do so. And Dennis de Bouge of Ferencváros clears to Willie Orban up towards halfway, helped on. And Lukács almost in once again. He'll be absolutely thriving in terms of his confidence after scoring that goal. And he's been in good form for his club, Puskás Akadémia, in the Hungarian league. He's got 7 goals this season. And so far, in the early exchanges, it's Hungary who are dictating here in Budapest. Ireland, though, have a throw-in on the far side to be taken by Seamus Coleman. Chidozie Agbene just suggesting to the referee he had his jersey held there just a few moments ago. So Coleman looking for options. He's about 20 metres inside the Hungarian half on the far side. A couple of runs being made, but nothing available at the moment from Seamus Coleman's perspective. But eventually he gets the return pass, and Hungary with plenty of bodies behind the ball. Malumbi forced to send it back. Jacob Ryan all the way back to Caoimhín Kelleher. Kelleher all in sky blue this afternoon, and he goes short to Jacob Ryan, who's got Jason Malumbi just further ahead, and Josh Cullen now inside the centre circle. But instead O'Brien goes to Nathan Collins halfway inside the Irish half, and now Darragh O'Shea on the left hand side. Liam Scales has pushed down on the Irish left hand flank, and Ireland recycle it once again through Nathan Collins. And now Jacob Ryan out to Coleman on Ireland's right hand side. Agbene had made a darting run. Troy Parrott dropping in to get on the ball. Good work from Ireland here, and it's swept on by Josh Cullen to Nathan Collins, the captain for Ireland today. Here's Liam Scales, and Scales, who is certainly feeling the effects of Thursday's game. And there was some suggestions he may have to sit this one out, but he's okay. Ireland on the attack here. Troy Parrott trying to deliver the cross, and Ireland have managed to glean their first corner kick of the afternoon. Yeah, that was better from Ireland. Managed to keep the ball for a short period of time. It was a nice little ball on the inside, attempted ball only from Liam Scales. It got cut out, but Finnazaz was onto it quickly, just slid in Troy Parrott, the inside left channel. His attempted cross was blocked, and thankfully Ireland's first corner. So a corner kick for Josh Cullen to take. We're in the 10th minute in Budapest, and he holds the left arm aloft. Ireland with plenty of bodies inside the area on this very crisp, dry afternoon. Cullen goes very, very deep. Liam Scales gets something on it. The ball is bobbing around inside the area. Agbene on the turn. His shot is blocked away. Still there though for Ireland, and Hungary managing to scramble it clear, well, just about only towards the edge of the area. And they're looking for a free kick, certainly the home supporters, but Ireland managed to retain possession just outside the penalty area. Josh Cullen involved once again. Finnazaz trying to weave his way through, but well defended for Hungary. Sabozlai gets a touch to it now. Schaefer, and Shalai works it back, and eventually Orban just hooks the ball up towards halfway, and Lukács, the goal scorer, was challenging for the ball, and in the end it's tidied up by Seamus Coleman back with Caoimhín Kelleher just on the edge of the Irish area.
Yeah, the Hungarians were scrambling from that corner kick. Adrian ball to the back post. Liam Scales again. We saw that a couple of nights ago on the Aviva. Couldn't score it himself. Trying to head it back across goal. Eventually ended up at the feet of Chidozie Ogbene. 7 yards out, but his back to goal. Tried to swivel and get a shot off quickly. Kerker's got the block. A little bit better from Ireland.
Darragh O'Shea with an angle ball crossfield looking for Chidozie Ogbene inside the area, and Ogbene trying to stay on his feet, and the referee will I'm sure be getting word in his ear if there's any issues around that. The challenge coming in from Salai.
Definitely having a look at this. Brilliant run from Ogbene in behind. Gets in behind Kerkez. Salai comes across to centre back. He kicks him. Kicks his left leg. It's a penalty kick. Ogbene is going down. He's holding his leg. He doesn't go down for no reason. The Irish centre forward, there's clear contact there.
Well, we're waiting to see if there's a VAR check. No sign of any VAR check at the moment.
Penalty has to be given. Has to be given this decision. It's quiet in the stadium. I understand that, but it's clear evidence.
And we've got confirmation there is a penalty check, a potential penalty check. Chidozie Ogbene did really well to get in behind the defence, and they were in scramble mode there. And Kerkez across from his left back position, and Salai with the final contact on Chidozie Ogbene. So the check is ongoing, but you're pretty confident, Kenny?
Yeah, he has to be sent over. Has to be sent. There's clear contact there. He swings his leg. Salai, the centre half, he's panicking. He's wrong side. The quality of the ball from Darragh O'Shea, that diagonal pass over the top, it's absolutely sublime. That run from Ogbene outside to in. We saw that against Portugal. Referee's gone over to have a look. He has to give it. It's as simple as that.
Espen Eskås from Norway has been summoned to the monitor for a foul inside the area by Attila Salai on Chidozie Ogbene. And we're just getting replay pictures of it now. I think he's going to give it.
He does brilliant, Ogbene. The ball's behind him inside the box, and that's what tempts Salai, thinking he can get the clearance, but he just toe pokes it past him, Ogbene, before the contact comes. And there's clear contact there. Clear contact, Adrian.
Ogbene was stretching back to try and gather the ball. The referee has awarded the penalty kick. It's a penalty for Ireland. They conceded early, but they've a chance now to draw level. Lukacs early on, but Ireland have been awarded a spot kick in Budapest. Big moment for Heimer Hallgrímsson and the Irish team.
Yeah, I mean, Seamus Coleman's holding the ball. I'm not convinced he's going to be taking it, though. Could be one of those situations where he throws it sideways at the last second, potentially to Troy Parrott. That's who I'd fancy. I know he's missed a couple for his club, A and Z, of late. But surely in this kind of circumstance, off the back of his 2 goals the other evening, confidence is high. I expect Seamus just to throw this to Troy Parrott at the last second.
And you are spot on. So on the spot, it's Troy Parrott, the hero on Thursday night against Portugal with his brace of goals. A double for Parrott. And now he is trying to restore parity for Ireland in Budapest. Hungary leading by 1-0. It's Troy Parrott of AZ Alkmaar in Ireland to try and tie it up here. Ireland need to win here. They're behind at the moment. Parrott slightly to the left of the ball, about 5 paces back. Debouche hopping around on his line. So this for 1-1. Irish fans willing this to go in. Parrott in full concentrated mode, and he runs up and he drills it low past the keeper. Debouche went the right way, but there's no stopping Troy Parrott these days.
No stopping him. Huge pressure. Can you imagine the pressure on that young man's shoulders, stepping up to take that penalty kick? He felt he was reveling in it. He wanted a responsibility, Adrian. That's wonderful technique. He's bent the inside of that left foot inside the far post. It's a wonderful penalty under a most extreme of pressure.
Parrott went to the keeper's right-hand side. Debouche guessed right, but it was firmly struck just inside the keeper's right-hand post. And Ireland draw level in Budapest. Hungary 1, Republic of Ireland 1. Well, after our very shaky start, Ireland back on terms, and his confidence is absolutely sky high, Troy Parrott. Well, there was such a fuss made after Thursday's win, naturally so. Even the talk shows were all given over to talking about Troy Parrott and the Republic of Ireland. And Parrott, as you say, with the pressure and the weight of a nation on his young shoulders there, but he made light of it. was actually listening to his partner chatting the other day, and he says, or she says rather, that he has no pressure at all. He doesn't get worried, he doesn't get nervous, he's very relaxed before matches.
Except when she raises her voice, I'd say. Probably the only time.
Well, certainly that's quieting the home crowd here at the Puskás Arena, as Ireland needed to do. And super work by Chidozie Ogbene to draw the foul from Salai. The attempted recovery from him, well, he just caught Chidozie Ogbene on the instep, and the referee, after being summoned by VAR to come across and have a look at the monitor, awarded the spot kick. So Ireland back in the contest. Hungary 1, Republic of Ireland 1. We played 16 minutes, so the home side will try to go again. But remember, of course, a draw is sufficient for them to claim a place in the playoffs. Ireland have to push on and try and get the win. Hungary have possession with Loic Nego on this near side. Nego with a spell at Charlton. Doesn't actually speak Hungarian at all. He was born in Paris. He plays for Le Havre, and he takes the throw and sends it back to Schaefer. And Schaefer, as Hungary just slow it down. They started the match at a really high tempo, but they're almost just at a pedestrian pace at the moment, Kenny.
Yeah, a little bit of nervousness creeping into their play. You're right, Adrian. A lot of sideways passes, kind of backwards, almost trying to regain their composure a little bit. Can't lose sight of the fact, Adrian, how we won that penalty kick. Dara O'Shea floated pass again in behind into the space. What we saw at times was just so successful against Portugal. Again, the Hungarians didn't like it there. Salai, the left side of centre half, wasn't expecting that run from Ogbene. Kerkez wasn't around on the cover, so there's a real marker there for Ireland in terms of how we can get beyond this Hungarian back four.
Hungary with a throw in halfway inside the Irish half on this near side of the pitch, as Hungary attack from left to right. Nego swings in across, but way too deep, and it sails behind. And Queven Keller happy to wave it behind for an Ireland goal kick. And this very much that last hurrah on the World Cup merry-go-round for Ireland. It's been a really speedy merry-go-round because the World Cup qualifying campaign only started in September at home against Hungary, that 2-2 draw. So a run of 6 games in a little over 2 months for places at the World Cup finals next summer. It is a very tight, congested campaign for all the nations in Europe. Defending for Orban to do, as Troy Parrott was making a nuisance of himself on his shoulder. Sabozlai drills it downfield. Was he caught by Finn Azaz? And the referee has sounded his whistle. I don't think he's going to take any further action against Finn Azaz, but straight away Dominic Sabozlai was down deep inside his own half as he hooked the ball away.
He's got to be careful of that one, Finn. He'll learn that in international football. Can't get away with that, raising your foot, kind of pointing your studs. It's little or no contact. Sabozlai's making the most of it. Thankfully the referee didn't fall for it. It's only a free kick. But again, that ball around the corner about 30 seconds previously, out in Finn Azaz, 30-yard ball, just spun it around the corner and behind Orban, and he was struggling to get back. Troy Parrott was on his shoulder, almost got in again. So I think the Irish players recognise it. That early ball in behind the Hungarian centre halves in particular might be the way forward for us again this evening.
Sabozlai on it once again, and Salai, who gave away the penalty, back to his goalkeeper Debouche, who stood no chance. Unerring finish from Troy Parrott for Ireland, who are looking for the league goal now. Parrott onto it on the edge of the area. The cross from Liam Scales, trying to bend it into the area, but he got too much on it, and it goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. But Heimer Hallgrimsson will be, I guess, delighted with the way Ireland responded to the early concession of that goal.
Yeah, really settled into the game, enjoying themselves. Even there, putting a good press on. Liam Scales winning it back, and again turning over possession.
Josh Cullen playing it forward to Troy Parrott, and Ireland have it back once again. It's inside their own half, and Jake O'Brien goes square to Nathan Collins. Collins has the option of Dara O'Shea to his left-hand side, and it's swept on first time by O'Shea to Liam Scales. Clever turn by Finn Azaz, but unable to get the ball under control means that Hungary have possession back. Salai floats it forward, looking for Varga, and Varga inside the area, twisting and turning. Eventually it's dealt with by Nathan Collins, helped on by Finn Azaz up towards halfway, and Salai just boots the ball into the air. And Lukacs was coming back from an offside position. The ball breaks in and around the middle of the Irish half, and they have it once again, the home side, with Alex Tuff, the 19-year-old who's really blossomed under the guidance here in Budapest of Robbie Keane. He's really come alive and has become a bit of a regular since making his international debut earlier this year against Turkey back in March. This is his 9th international appearance for his beloved nation. But Hungary have a throw-in about 20 metres from the corner flag as Ireland defend their left-hand side of the pitch, to be taken by Loic Nego. Delivers into the area. Malumbi just slips the ball away. Troy Parrott trying to keep it in play. Orban sends it forward up towards the edge of the Irish area. Ireland having to drop bodies behind the ball at the moment. Liam Scales trying to win it back, but good work now by the Republic of Ireland to come clear. And it's with Troy Parrott foraging deep inside his own half. And Malumbi just drills the ball out to that right-hand side, picked up by Seamus Coleman. And the ball worked forward towards Chidozie Ogbene. Pretty firm challenge coming in on Ogbene, and the referee agrees. And Salai with the challenge that barge into Chidozie Ogbene, and that results in a free kick to the Republic of Ireland just inside the Irish half on the far side.
Yeah, Salai's having a real wobble. The Hungarian left side of centre half. He's giving away the penalty. Barged into the back of Ogbene there, frightened of his pace in behind. About a minute ago previously, had plenty of time with the ball edge. He just smashed it up into the air like a panicky clearance. He needs to settle down. Let's hope he doesn't, because that's an avenue forward for us at the moment. He hasn't had a good start, the Hungarian centre half.
He's playing his football these days with Kasim Pasha in Turkey, having made the move out of German football. He was with Hoffenheim during the course of the summer. So Ireland with this free kick, it's about 20 metres inside their own half on the far side, to be taken by Caoimhín Kelleher. So Ireland have pushed all 10 outfield bodies into the Hungarian half here. A lot of players over towards the near side, Ireland's left-hand side, as it's floated forward. And an opportunity with Darragh O'Shea to pull the trigger. The ball ricochets away up towards halfway. And it's gathered by Seamus Coleman and sent all the way back. So just to bring you up to date on the other game in this group, it's one apiece between Portugal and Armenia. Portugal expected to coast to victory in that one. They got an early lead through Vega, but Sperzian, who has haunted Ireland in previous years, got the equalising goal on 18 minutes. So currently it's Portugal 1, Armenia 1. And here in Budapest, it's all square between Hungary and the Republic of Ireland. But Hungary have just been awarded a free kick halfway inside the Irish half in a central position for a foul on Varga.
Yeah, it's just a heavy touch on it from Jake O'Brien. Just got away from him. Varga was on it in a split second, just pinched it off, and Jake O'Brien giving away the free kick. It's a long way out, 45 yards. Soboslai's placing as if he's going to take this on, Adrian. It's got to be 40 yards. More?
Well, he drilled in a spectacular free kick for Liverpool against Arsenal earlier in the season. But this is some distance out, 40-45 metres, I would imagine. So no Irish wall, it's drilled in low. Well, it just struck one of the Hungarian players inside the area. And Ireland with Finn Azaz just hooking the ball up towards halfway. And defending here for Milos Kerkez to do. But initially he made an error, but he atoned and got the ball under control. And now Hungary on the front foot once again with Alex Toth. Feeds it out to Lukac at the wide left position. He drifts into a more central position. Has support available as they try to build once again. Kerkez off to Szoboszlai on the Irish right-hand side, the Hungarian left. And Szoboszlai is onto it once again. He's just slowing it down to the snail's pace at the moment as he prods a short pass, gets the return. And it's keep ball at the moment from a Hungarian perspective.
Yeah, it's not convincing, Adrian, is it? You know, this game's 1-1. You know, they're not safe by any means, one apiece. Not playing any real confidence. Look at the pass the ball forward, little combinations. You know, be really incisive with their pass. A little bit nervy, taking the easy option, playing everything in front of us. Not looking to take any risk with their passing whatsoever.
Well, a draw will do the needful for Hungary. That'll get them through to the World Cup playoffs. Ireland have to win. That's the scenario unfolding here in Budapest this afternoon. One apiece. Pretty lively start to the match with Daniel Lukac giving Hungary an early lead with a header after sustained pressure from Hungary had yielded successive corners. Nego on the turn. Ireland equalising from the penalty spot. Troy Parrott making absolutely no mistake, drilling the penalty kick past Denis Debouge, tying it up after Chidozie Ogbene had been fouled inside the area by Attila Szalai. Hungary with Roland Szalai and Attila Szalai in their starting 11. Szoboszlai on the ball once again. He's had a lot of touches in the match so far, but hasn't really penetrated the Republic of Ireland defensively so far in the contest. And he rolls it back to Union Berlin's Andreas Schaffer and Szalai. And once again, Hungary forced back inside their own half, and eventually Salai floats a ball forward up towards the edge of the Irish area, just in line with the edge of the Irish area, but repelled for Ireland at the expense of a throw-in, which will be taken by Karkej of Liverpool, back with a Salai. And at the moment, Hungary owning the ball. This is the 15th meeting of Ireland and Hungary. Half of the previous clashes have ended all square. 7. Ireland have won 3 and Hungary have won 4. And this one in 2025 is finally balanced at 1 goal apiece at the moment. Here's Willie Orban inside the centre circle, takes a touch or two before rolling it short to Schaefer. And it's very, very patient from Hungary at the moment. And Ireland quite content to allow them have it.
Yeah, and it's early in the game. This is 5 minutes before the end of the game. We're going to have to jump out, Adrian, and go and engage him a little bit higher up the pitch. But only 26 minutes in, I think it's understandable. We're prepared to back off into that low defensive block and just give them possession. For me, the way Hungary are playing, it's making their own fans a little bit more nervous. All these sideways passes, backwards passes in front of the Irish team. I don't think that's instilling confidence in this Hungarian crowd. In fact, they've quietened their own crowd in terms of how they're playing. We're quite passive behind the ball. That can't continue for the whole of the 90 minutes. I understand that, but for the moment, it's absolutely fine, because for me, it's the Hungarian team who look a little bit more nervous.
Nathan Collins clears it up towards Finn Azaz. The ball breaks to Jason Malumbi. The one change made by Heimer Hallgrimsson for this contest, with Jack Taylor dropping out of the starting 11. Now Hungary injecting some more pep into their attack. Lukács delivers into a very dangerous area, and a brilliant save by Caoimhín Kelleher at point blank range. He made a marvellous save late on Thursday night, and he came to Ireland's rescue there.
Yes, the two wingers combined in Lukács, brilliant cross on the right hand side across the 6-yard box. Shallow looks if he has to score, gets across Seamus Coleman. Coleman makes good contact, and as ever, Caoimhín Kelleher stands firm, makes such an important save, keep us in the game.
Well, it was from about just outside the edge of the 6-yard box. It was flashing goalwards, and a fine save by Caoimhín Kelleher to keep it at 1-1. We're in the 28th minute in Budapest. Of course, these sides drew already 2-2. Roland Salai, who was red carded in that game, amongst the goals that night back in Dublin. He was under pressure as he made contact with it, but I thought it'd have to go to Kelleher.
Yeah, it was Jake O'Brien was the closest defender, actually, Adrian. The contact came after he'd made contact. It was straight at Caoimhín. It's a good save, don't get me wrong, but one you'd expect him to make. So big in those seconds, makes himself big, but the ball was straight at him. Been a little bit critical, maybe a shallow there. You thought maybe he could have just found one of the corners, so close in, only 5 yards out like you suggested.
Yeah, but a warning there for the Republic of Ireland, because Hungary had been just knocking the ball around, showing no great sense of adventure, and eventually they just upped the ante and injected pace into their attack, and that cross almost tucked away by Roland Shalai. Shalai of Galatasaray, the first Hungarian player to play for the Turkish outfit. And Portugal, as you'd expect, perhaps back in front. And they lead at the moment by a couple of goals to 1 in the other game in this particular group. Final day of action in this group, and it's been a fascinating group. Portugal expected, of course, to rubber stamp at their place at the top of affairs. Hungary here have a throw-in to be taken by Loic Nego. Szoboszlai is nearby, and he gathers. He's under pressure, though, from Jason Malumbi. Liam Scales unable to keep the ball in play. It'll be a throw-in for Hungary on their right-hand side as they attack. And the noise levels go up once again from the home supporters, who are just crying out for qualification for the World Cup finals. Haven't been there since 1986. It's a long, long time for the home supporters to have to wait, Kenny.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just wonder whether that's kind of bleeding into the Hungarian performance at the moment in terms of the pressure on these players' shoulders.
Yeah, and an update on the Portugal-Armenia game. They now lead by 3 goals to 1. So they're going very nicely, doing as expected. It's Portugal 3, Armenia 1. Here in Budapest, it's Ireland who've pegged the home side back. It's 1 apiece. Salai, the defender, in possession. He goes short to Schaefer. Plays the ball inside the centre circle now to Liverpool's Dominic Szoboszlai, another touch for him, back with Schaefer. Movement being made further forward. Daniel Lukac have made a right to left run just outside the Irish penalty area. They're just biding their time here, Hungary. Szoboszlai goes short to Salah and Schaefer gets on it, and now Salah once again just inside the Irish half, and again it's very much a hands-off approach from Ireland. They're allowing Hungary to have possession, and now they will try and work something through the lines, but the through ball not gathered in by Toth, and Ireland have possession back deep inside their own half, and Seamus Coleman, who was outstanding for the Republic of Ireland on Thursday night, plays the ball long downfield, but very quickly won back by Hungary, and Szoboszlai is onto it once again, works it out to the left hand side as the team in red try to threaten Ireland with plenty of defenders behind the ball at the moment, and the ball being knocked around and the driven shot blocked away. Roland Shalai with the well-struck effort, but blocked away to safety in the end. The referee is awarded a free kick here. He's simply been on it so far. The referee has been a cash in terms of the decisions he has to make.
Yeah, certainly quickened the pace up a bit there. The Hungarian team, they're certainly far better for it. Gets a reaction from the crowd as well. Shalai taking the shot on there, maybe a little bit adventurous. Good block from Irish perspective, and Josh Cullen winning the free kick after that, relieving the pressure.
And that free kick taken by Caoimhín Kelleher. He went long in the direction of Chiedozie Ogbene, but offside flag goes up against the Republic of Ireland. So the match going through something of a lull period at the moment. One apiece. Ireland looking for the win here.
Yeah, like Ogbene is looking to do. He's just caught offside there, Adrian, but he's doing the right thing, trying to attack that space on the inside shoulder of Kerkez. That space between him and Salah where he got in for the penalty kick. Caoimhín Kelleher can see that, trying to float that ball over the top. It's a good tactic. It's been successful for us the last couple of internationals.
Ball played forward by Loic Nego, but easily cut out because it was a loose pass. Jason Malumbi was onto it. Willie Orban clears up towards halfway. Josh Cullen heads it back inside the Irish half, where it's tidied up by Nathan Collins. Now there to retrieve is Caoimhín Kelleher, off to Jacob Ryan, who's really cemented his place in the Everton team these days. And he angles the ball up towards the centre circle, helped on by Finn Azaz, cut out by Orban for the home side, and Szoboszlai rolls it short now to Kerkez, and Kerkez up towards halfway as support on his left hand side, and onto it once again is Szoboszlai, and it's just this slow tempo once again from Hungary as they have possession with Szoboszlai inside his own half. It's been very closely watched at the moment by Troy Parrott. Back now with Willie Orban inside the centre circle as the left wrist bandaged. Does Willie Orban, who plays his football with RB Leipzig. He's born and played for Kaiserslautern in Germany. So very talented player. As Szoboszlai floats the ball into the area, Caoimhín Kelleher got something on it, but he collided with his own teammate. And Ireland eventually cleared their lines, but it was one of those moments where it could have gone very badly wrong for Ireland. And Ireland have been penalised here because Loic Nego has gone down, and Troy Parrott, just looking at the referee, suggesting he was an innocent party to this coming together. Both players grappling for possession.
Oh, yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. The Hungarian player going down holding his face, and then Szoboszlai and his teammates looking to get Troy Parrott in trouble with the referee. Never like to see that. There was a moment of concern there, that floated ball into the box from Szoboszlai some seconds ago. Caoimhín Kelleher doing exactly the right thing coming out, but he made contact. Actually cleared into Dara O'Shea, knocked him off balance, and he dropped the ball. Thankfully it didn't fall at the feet of Varga.
Marco Rossi, the Hungarian manager, just having a word with Dominic Szoboszlai. That will tell you where the free kick has been taken from. It's just about 10 metres in from the sideline on this near side, not too far from the Hungarian technical area. Schaefer comes across, gives the ball a little touch, so it's moved on by Szoboszlai, and now Toth to try and deliver the cross into the area. Ball repelled by Ireland. It breaks on the edge of the area. Liam Scales gets his head to it. He picks out Finn Azaz halfway inside the Irish half, and Azaz sends it down the line looking for the run of Ogbene, and it runs kindly. Szoboszlai trying to track back, almost dispossessed Chiedozie Ogbene, who did really well to hold it up, and Finn Azaz just lost his bearings, and Ireland lost possession of the ball, but eventually it's run out of play by Lukac, and Ireland get the throw in, and that gets them further up the pitch. But Ogbene doing well once again, initially getting in behind the Hungarian cover.
Yeah, you're right. And done the right thing, checking back out. Nobody was up with him, Adrian. No point firing that one across the box. Checked back, played it to Finn's. Unfortunately, lost his foot and gave it away. And unfortunately for us, Orban smashes the ball at a teammate. Surrenders possession again. Bit of sloppy play there from both teams.
Josh Cullen has possession for Ireland inside the Irish half. Sends it back to Darragh O'Shea. To his right is Jason Malumbi. And the West Bromwich Albion player sends it back to Nathan Collins, who fires the ball out to Ireland's left-hand side. Liam Scales very high and advanced for Ireland at the moment, as is Seamus Coleman on the opposite flank, Ireland's right. Back now with Darragh O'Shea, halfway inside the Irish half, and dropping in is Josh Cullen inside the centre circle now. And he plays it out to the right-hand side for Jake O'Brien. Ireland showing a little more adventure at the moment. The ball is loose and it goes out of play on the far side. And Ireland cheaply giving up possession to Hungary, who get the throw in on the far side.
Yeah, just a bit of miscommunication there between Jake O'Brien and Seamus Coleman. In a decent position there under no real pressure. Give the ball away. Still encouraging signs though, Adrian. You get that ball back to front a bit earlier and in behind. Pace of Ogbene certainly causing the problems.
Here goes Szoboszlai swinging the ball out to Hungary's right hand side. Loic Nego is onto it and he delivers the cross into the area, stabbed away by Nathan Collins towards the edge of the area. Back defending Chidozie Ogbene, the ball bouncing around. Eventually it's gotten under control by Dominic Szoboszlai. Kerkez getting involved on the far side and he gets the return pass of Andres Schaefer. And Kerkez with the cross into the area, and Varga winding up the shot. Oh, what a goal that is in the 37th minute, and Hungary go back in front. Oh, it's an exquisite goal by Barnabas Varga. You can only sit back and admire. Ball high into the roof of the net, and Hungary from nowhere have restored their advantage. It's a bullet of a finish.
I was looking at Kerkez before he put this cross in. Initially he wasn't going to do it. Adrian was going to play the ball back, but he thought, no, just get a chance to take a chance, whip a ball into the box. Didn't look any immediate danger. It was wonderful centre forward play. Vargas, I think he steps away from Nathan Collins in the central striking area. He takes his first touch on his chest 2 yards outside the box. Unfortunately, it's Darragh O'Shea and Nathan Collins are the two Irish defenders in closest proximity. Both of them take a step away. Adrian maybe thinking he's going away from goal. He's on his left foot. There's no real danger, but there certainly was, because that's an unbelievable strike from Varga. Through his laces into the top corner. No chance for Cuivain.
From just outside the area, really was a spectacular strike by Barnabas Varga. And Ireland looking for a response here. The shot coming in is easily gathered by Dennis Debouche. Troy Parrott with the attempt. Ireland trying to strike back straight away, but Hungary with that cracker of a goal from Varga lead by 2-1. We've got about 7 minutes to go to the break, and Hungary, who had been a little pedestrian at times, well, they've gotten back in front here, and off they go now with Alex Toth. They'll be looking for a third goal, put some real daylight between the sides before the interval. And Varga, unerring, terrific goal for him, his 13th international goal. Plays his football with Ferencváros, and he's had a good season so far. Here's Szoboszlai winding up for a shot from about 35 metres out, blocked away by Jason Malumbi. Ireland have to try and just dig in a little once again. Conceded early. Finn's just had his pocket picked there by Schaefer, but it broke kindly for Ireland. And Nathan Collins feeds it out to Seamus Coleman on Ireland's right-hand side. Cullen sweeping it on first time for Troy Parrott. And Ireland have to do it all once again, having forced their way back to level terms. With the penalty converted by Troy Parrott, they have to try and find another equalising goal in Budapest. Otherwise, the World Cup dream dies. Ireland having to win, so they've got to try and find 2 goals in what's left of this game. Plenty of time to do that, but it's a lot of work. And Hungary, the home side, absolutely buoyant at the moment. Nathan Collins inside the centre circle, feeds it forward now to Malumbi. Scales on this near side, so too Darragh O'Shea. O'Shea receives a short pass, sends it back to Collins just inside the Irish half. Collins with a few options available, picks out Josh Cullen just inside the Hungarian half. Not too much movement further forward at the moment for Cullen.
But it's like a deep defensive block now from the Hungarians, giving us the ball on the halfway line and say, go on, break us down. And the problem that we have with this kind of formation with the personnel we have, we've got 2 natural defenders, Liam Scales, Seamus Coleman in the kind of wing back positions. Adrian, not at their very best in 1v1 situations higher up the pitch, and that's where we need him at the moment to get a bit of a foothold in the opposition half and get us a bit of penetration.
Now a chance for Chidozie Ogbene to take on Kirkage on that right hand side, but well defended by the Liverpool player who got a foot in to knock the ball out of play. Certainly Chidozie Ogbene will fancy his chances, perhaps taking on Milos Kirkes. Kirkes is a very good player, but he's had an up and down season so far in Liverpool colours.
No, you're right, that'll do his confidence the world of good. That kind of cross into the box, it wasn't the best cross in the world really, like I said. It was kind of a bit of curl on it. It ended up outside of the penalty box, and as a defender you're not going to panic it in that situation. But the quality of the first touch from Varga, and then the fact those Irish defenders were a bit static, they kind of stepped away from him, kind of made his mind up, well I might as well swivel and have a go. And what a strike it was.
He pulled the ball down from out of the air and then unleashed a tremendous left-footed shot on the turn, and it arrowed into the top corner. Cleveland Keller diving to his left-hand side, just getting nowhere near it. And Hungary back in front, leading by 2-1. Ireland have possession inside their own half with Nathan Collins, and Collins has to pick out Darragh O'Shea, who swings across field from Ireland's left to the right-hand side. Here's Chidozie Ogbene. Seamus Coleman is in an advanced position. Ogbene delivers the cross towards Parrott. Orban gets something on it, clears towards the edge of the area. Finazaz was collateral damage there. 2 Hungarian players down, and also Finazaz at the moment. That looked like a nasty collision. Schaefer is down, and so too is Lukács and Finazaz.
I thought that was a free kick for Ireland. I've got to be honest with you, Adrian, the first time I saw it, the ball comes out, it's Finazaz, it's Darragh O'Shea, isn't it, who actually comes forward, and Schaefer ploughs into him, takes him out. It's the Irish player who makes contact with the ball, then it's Hungarian player who smashes into him. That's not a drop ball for me. That's a free kick for Ireland. I don't think we're going to get it now. Obviously the referee hasn't given it.
So 3 minutes to go to half-time. Hungary leading by 2-1. Lukács after 4 minutes. Troy Parrott from the spot with the equalising goal after 15 minutes. And Barnabas Varga with a pile driver into the roof of the net, making it 2-1. But treatment required here. By the way, Portugal have extended their lead against Armenia. They now lead by 4-1. João Neves with a couple there. Gonçalo Ramos and Renato Vega. So Schaefer is back on his feet, and he's just heading off. He'll be waved back on.
Yeah, he's lucky. He was a little bit reckless of what he did there. He threw himself through the air there. I think he knew he hadn't got any chance of getting the ball. Straight into Darragh O'Shea. Very fortunate here. Hungary complaining to the referee that he's giving the ball back to Ireland on the halfway line. Should be fortunate they're not defending a free kick 5-10 yards outside the penalty box.
So referee with the drop ball. Play resumes. Ireland have possession with Nathan Collins, Jacob Ryan to his right hand side, just on halfway. Seamus Coleman operating that wide right position for Ireland, getting up and down the line as is his want. Darragh O'Shea sends it back to Nathan Collins as the home supporters absolutely revelling in the moment, bouncing up and down away to a right hand side, the ultras, the Hungarian supporters. Here's Liam Scales, no way through. Lloyd Nego defended his territory well, but still there for Ireland. Malumbi is onto it just inside the Hungarian half. Cullen sends it back to Nathan Collins, and Collins takes a touch or two, and at a standing pace at the moment. Not too much movement further forward for Nathan Collins, so he goes out to O'Brien, Ireland's right hand side. Arrows the ball forward now to Chidozie Ogbene. He's got Seamus Coleman down the line, but Ogbene's done really well to shake off a couple of challenges. Here's Seamus Coleman. Coleman onto it, about 35 metres out from goal, Ireland's right-hand side. Ogbene in the wide right position. Opportunity to deliver the cross into the area. Salai at full stretch, just got something on it to clear it away, only as far as Malumbi. Nathan Collins gets the return pass now of Jason Malumbi. And Ireland now looking for an equalising goal before the break. Here's Troy Parrott trying to thread it through. Finazaz on the edge of the area. Seamus Coleman also just lingering on the edge of the area. He receives the pass now from Chidozie Ogbene in the wide right position out near the corner flag. Coleman goes to ground. He's been fouled, and it's going to be an Ireland free kick near the corner flag.
Oh, smart play from Seamus. He knew he'd nowhere to go in the corner flag there. Just got in front of Sobis line. It was Shallow, I think, then the Hungarian winger who came back. Just made slight contact into the back of Seamus. That's all he needs to go down Wins us a free kick in a really good position. So smart, Seamus Coleman.
Felt the challenge, down he went. Ireland with a free kick. It's almost like a corner kick. It's about 5 metres in on the far side and about a metre from the end line. And Jacob Ryan amongst those inside the Hungarian penalty area. Darragh O'Shea is there as well. Troy Parrott, Chidozie Ogbene. As the free kick is swung in and it evades everybody, it breaks on the edge of the area to Malumbi. The referee had spotted an infringement and has awarded a free kick. It's going to be 5 additional minutes to be added on at the end of the opening half here. Ireland trailing Hungary by 2-1.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that cross flight in from Josh Cullen through the laces, similar to the ball he hit to Liam Scales from a corner kick the other evening. This was a little bit closer though. I thought it was crying out to be just be whipped with the inside of the right foot at pace. Real flat delivery. Give those big lads we have in the box a chance to go and attack it.
So Dennis de Bouge to take the restart here. Ball in yellow, and he floats it out to this near side. Alex Toth goes to engage with Josh Cullen as the ball dropped out of the sky. Sent forward. Varga unable to retain control. Scales with the ball into the area, in the middle area of the pitch, you'd have to say. And now Hungary pounce on the mistake. Fed wide now for Lukács. Roland Shalai inside the area. He'll contest the dropping ball, but it's gathered by Caoimhín Kelleher for the Republic of Ireland. So in stoppage time at the end of the first half, Jacob Ryan receives from Caoimhín Kelleher, sends it forward towards Chidozie Ogbene, and the referee has awarded a free kick, and there's a yellow card.
He's got him on toast, Adrian. Shalai panicking again. Chidozie Ogbene getting the ball into his feet 2 yards inside his own half. Shalai knows the space in behind him. Ogbene flicks that one round the corner. He can't deal with the pace, so just takes him out. It's an obvious yellow card for the Guardian centre half. Ross is going to have a look at that. The Hungarian manager at half time. He's had a poor half. Shalai. Ogbene's got the better of him on a number of occasions. That's the weak spot in this Hungarian defence.
Until Shalai clocked up half a century of international appearances on Thursday night. In that win in Armenia. It was a tight enough affair in Yerevan. They won it by 1-0, but Armenia had chances. Ireland have a chance here, and it's nudged over the crossbar from about 6 yards out. Great opportunity for Ireland to draw level right on the stroke of half-time. Jacob Ryan stealing in at the back post.
Wonderful in-swinger ball. Finn his ass to the back post area. Shalai, the left winger, just does enough, grabs a piece of Jacob Ryan's jersey, just knocks him off balance. A touch maybe, Adrian, to cut it, or the centre half a little bit of slack there. He's beyond the back post. Not an easy finish. We saw it coming a long way. Might have expected him maybe to hit the target there, even under a bit of pressure from the Hungarian winger.
But there are chances there for the Republic of Ireland. We'll have to show more adventure, of course, as this game wears on. Trailing at the moment, but even a draw won't be enough. A draw will do for Hungary, but they lead at the moment in stoppage time at the end of the first half by 2-1. Parrott goes to try and outmuscle Orban. It breaks to Jason Malumbi as Seamus Coleman scampering down that right-hand side. He tries to deliver the cross, but well defended by Hungary at the expense of a throw-in. As Sabozlai got back to defend that attempted cross. They're certainly showing the required work ethic here.
He certainly is. He's a running machine, Adrian. Sabozlai out of possession. He really is.
But Ireland have the throw-in on the far side. And this is an opportunity for Jacob Ryan to deliver one of those missiles into the area. Plenty in the white jerseys of Ireland inside the area. Instead he goes back to Seamus Coleman. But Orban is down inside the area. Obviously coming together as Jacob Ryan was preparing to take that long throw in. Darragh O'Shea just having a word with the referee. It was O'Shea and Orban who were both involved.
Yeah. We haven't had a lot of success with this particular long throw, Adrian, all during the campaign. We leave the whole near post area empty, and Darragh O'Shea the last minute makes a sprint to get there and get a flick on, but invariably he's arriving a bit late. Opposition team have a couple of players in there anyway. Still surprised we don't station a couple of our bigger players in that near post area, actually stood waiting for the long throw to come in.
And here it comes at the second attempt, bowled into the area. It's got plenty of distance on it, and it breaks to the edge of the area, and it's drilled high and over the crossbar by Finn Azaz. So we're deep in stoppage time at the end of the first half. In fact, it's all but done, the opening period. Your overall thoughts so far, Kenny?
Oh, I don't know what to think, Adrian, to be honest with you. Obviously disappointed we're 2-1 down. That's not where we wanted to be, but still encouraged from what I've seen. Anytime we've got decent delivery in behind the Hungarian back four, they've looked really nervous, even panicky at times. So there's real encouragement there for us. If we get more of a foothold in the game second half, I'd love to see us get a second centre forward onto the pitch, Adrian. I have to be honest with you. I think we really have to go after this Hungarian team. It's win or bust now in this second half. I still think there's another couple of goals for us potentially in this game, but I think we have to tweak with that shape for me. Ideally, get that second centre forward up the pitch in an area of the pitch for me where Hungary are their most weakest in the central of their defence.
Ireland have to go for it in the second half. In front, of course, through Lukac, Varga with their second after Troy Parrott had made it 1-1 from the penalty spot. All to play for in the second half, and Ireland really have to go for broke. At the interval, it's Hungary who lead by 2-1.
Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.
RTE Radio 1.
Barney, it's Joe Dolan, and he says his car's broken down.
Oh, me, oh, my.
Back by popular demand, the hilarious hit music and comedy show, The Night Joe Dolan's Car Broke Down, at 3 Olympia Theatre from February 3rd for a limited run, including a special matinee performance on Saturday, February 7th. The Night Joe Dolan's Car Broke Down is a treat for all theatre and Joe Dolan fans alike. Tickets available now.
Entertainment updates on RTE Radio 1.
Discover the Bosch laundry range at Power City. Big loads, no biggie with a large capacity A-rated Bosch washing machine. For more information, go online to powercity.ie.
Stopped at the side of a road. Muffled footsteps. I look over to my wing mirror. Flashing lights. A guard walking up to me. I roll down the window.
And we test for multiple drugs.
I hear my future falling to pieces.
And it stays in your system longer than you think.
And I'm disqualifying you from driving for 4 years.
And Mum said you won't be picking me up from school anymore.
And I know I could have avoided this. Never use drugs and drive. A message from the Road Safety Authority and An Garda Síochána. Visit rsa.ie.
The Anne Sullivan Foundation is dedicated to supporting people in Ireland who are deaf-blind through our residential and day service facilities in Dublin and our community outreach nationwide. Please support our vital work now or consider making a lasting gift to us in your will. For more, visit annesullivan.ie. Thank you.
The Black Friday buzz is on. Hoping to pick up a new TV, laptop or some nice jewellery for a steal? All things burglars would love to get their hands on too. Make sure to protect your home and everything in it with a phone watch alarm. We respond within 15 seconds, calling the homeowners, neighbours and then the guards. Get the alarm burglars fear for just €29 this whole Black Friday month. Don't be alarmed. Be phone watched. Offer ends November 30th. Monitoring fees and terms apply. See phonewatch.ie.
Text 51551. Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.
Going to go to our panel in a moment as Hungary lead 2-1 against Ireland in the key World Cup game in Budapest. But first, let's check on the club games. We're going to the hurling match that finished in Munster. Parrott Lodge has the result.
It's all over here at Walsh Park in the Munster semi-final. Ballygunner 4 goals and 18 points. Sarsfields of Cork 2 goals and 17 points. 7 points the margin of victory for Ballygunner, although they were much better than that. So the defending Munster champions and the beaten All-Ireland finalists from last January, Sarsfields, bow out. They do so tamely. Ballygunner, helped by 2 Desi Hutchinson goals, had an 8-point advantage at half-time. There was a flicker of hope for the Cork champions soon after the restart. Daniel Hogan kicked home a goal, his second of the game, but this experienced Ballygunner outfit quickly responded with 2 goals of their own, supplied by their inside forwards Patrick Fitzgerald and Kevin Mahoney. Pádraig Mahoney fit again. He was flawless from the dead balls. 10 points scored before they had the luxury of taking him off. No disguising though, this was a disappointingly one-sided provincial semi-final. Ballygunner cruising through to the Munster final for the 8th year in a row on a final score of Ballygunner of Waterford 4-18, Sarsfields of Cork 2-17.
That's some record. 8 years in a row in a final.
Thanks, Parrott. We're going to head to 6 Mile Bridge now. There's a close encounter playing out there between Aeroga Venice and Lockmore Castleiney of Tipperary, and Darren Frahel is there.
Yeah, thanks, Marie. A lot closer here. Just the point in it, we're only 27 minutes into this first half, and Aeroga, the clear champions, are in front by a point. And as I say that, they're going for to put 2 ahead, but that shot by Oran Cahill just saved by Aidan McGrath, the Lockmore Castleiney goalkeeper, from under his crossbar. So the score remains 5 points to 4. and Éire Óg ahead for the very first time thanks to scores there by Danny Russell and Marco Cleary. Just 2 points from play in this tight first half. Very, very tight and not much open play, to be honest. John McGrath's been the star of the show for Lockmore Castellani, has got all their points. 1 from play is 65 and 2 frees. Very much in the melting pot here. Éire Óg playing with a pretty stiff breeze in this first half in the bridge, and of course this match moved from Ennis a little bit earlier on, so was due to get underway at 1:15 but had a 2:30 start due to a burst water mains in Ennis, so everything running a little bit late, but let's hope things pick up a little bit. Tight and tense here. Point in it, the clear champions have the edge.
Thanks for that, Darren. In football, the Connacht Club Championship semi-final, St Bridges of Roscommon 121, Ballina Stephenites 3-8. That's victory for St Bridges of Roscommon, who will play Moycoolen in the final. The Galway champions beating Leitrim Gales by 4-13 to 1-9. And we have 3 quarter-finals in Leinster. So joining a tie in the semi-finals are Ballyboden St Enda's, who beat Castletown of Wexford by 2-16 to 13 points. Portarlington are through. They beat Naomh Morteen 14 points to 1-8. And Tullamore are through again. They have beaten the Downs by 3-13 to 4-8.
Okay, our panel are still with us. Alan Cawley, Anya Gorman and Paul O'Hare. Hungary have that 2-1 lead over Ireland in Budapest. Anya, are they deserving of that lead?
I don't think so. I think it's been even enough game. I think the nature of the way we can see the goals has been disappointing. 1-0 down from a corner kick after 3 minutes. Then we come back, good reaction. Troy Parrott gets the penalty, and then Varga with a great strike for the second goal, but I think defensively can deal with it better. But look, we're still in the game. I think it's key that we get the next goal and that we don't concede again.
Alan Cawley, you're bringing a bit of calmness and composure to the whole situation. You're not panicking.
No, I'm not. It was going fine, especially obviously the concession of the early goal was a bit of a disaster, but I thought we responded quite well, and then we scoring, I suppose, so quickly after that. We had it back in our own control, and then the game was kind of drifting along, and we were suggesting maybe, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I felt it was okay at that moment in time, just because you didn't want to be too gung-ho and obviously concede, but I almost felt it was just drifting too much, and there wasn't a great deal happening, and we were only offering the odd little bit of threat when we got it up to maybe Parrott and Ogbene, and then obviously they score a wonder goal, but it's a wonder goal from their point of view, but it's a really poor goal from our point of view. And defensively, between Nathan Collins and Darragh O'Shea, I think Collins is more culpable. He has to get out once the lad takes the shot. It's a wonder goal when he gets the strike, but it should never get to the point where he takes the strike. And once he takes the touch and Collins drops off, you're allowing him to have a shot. Now, he obviously doesn't think he's going to bend it or strike it into the top corner, but I think it was so preventable from our point of view, and that's what will disappoint him. But I think
he should have thought that, because they've conceded so many goals like that over the last couple of years outside the box.
It's poor defending, it really is, and you're right about the shots from outside the box, but that's an even easier one, Marie, because he's so close to him when he takes his first touch and then drops off, and it's at only 2 or 3 yards, but 2 or 3 yards makes all the difference. So that's what will disappoint Hallgrimsson. In an attacking third, I don't think we've seen enough of Finn Azaz. Parrott's shown up quite well. More so Ogbene has been the threat again. He's been very, very good. But I think the longer it goes on, once it stays 2-1, you'll see changes very much attack minded, because Scales and Coleman are 2 wing backs who obviously want to defend, and that's their natural thing to do. I think we need more of an attacking threat maybe down the flanks when we're chasing the game.
And what are the options there, Paul O'Hare?
In terms of coming on, we could bring in maybe Ryan Manning. He missed the first game through suspension. He's on the bench, as Alan's saying. He could definitely give us an outlet down the left hand side. Jack Taylor in midfield perhaps. You're looking at Adam Ida again, who scored the late goal when we played them in Dublin. Like you're looking at this game, and when we played them in Dublin, we were 2-0 down after 15 minutes. After 15 minutes of this game, there's 2 more goals, 1 each. 2 VAR checks within 15 minutes, and you're kind of strapping the seatbelt in, and here we go.
And wishing maybe that Evan Ferguson was around as well.
Yeah, I guess so. You wouldn't know what Evan would do. Like I think he scored the most goals for us in this campaign. But look, Troy Parrott, we were kind of debating who was actually going to take the penalty, but Troy, on the back of what he did on Thursday night, he steps up and he slots that away with great confidence.
How confident are you now, Anya? Because you made a point early on. Once we need 2, and now that they've got a second Hungary, we need 3. It's a big ask in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it is, Des, and you just think how we approach the game. Will Ryan Manning come in, give us more of attacking threat down the left? Will we see us switch to a back 4 if we need to go for the game? But I think it's key for us that we don't concede that third goal. We stay in the game as long as we can, get the second, and I think that will unsettle Hungary a little bit, because obviously it draws enough for them and it'll put them on the back foot. So look,
that's the big thing, Des. Once we don't concede the third goal, like we've seen already, Salah is having a bit of a nightmare against Ogbene. He's on a yellow card, and they don't look too secure defensively anytime we do get it forward. We've had 6 attempts at goal, no real clear-cut chances, bar the one Jacob Ryan near the end there, but it was a difficult chance for him. But I do think there's opportunities there, but we must not concede the third goal.
Are we seeing enough of what we were hoping for in terms of building, Paul, on Thursday night in that Portugal game?
We've more the ball anyway. I think we're just looking at it here. We've finished the half with 47% possession, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. I know probably at half time against Portugal we had 25% possession and we were winning 2-0. There's opportunities there. It's kind of a classic Hallgrimsson performance in that there's elements of chaos, and he speaks a lot about wanting to bring chaos to the team. There's all sorts of elements of chaos going on out here, and then there's control passages of play as well, which reflects that sort of 47% possession, 6 attempts, as Alan said, none of them really too clear cut. But I think Salah, the centre back who conceded the penalty with the clip on Ogbene's foot, he's not having a great game. He's been booked. I think we need to get after him.
If they leave him on, they might take him off because of the card.
Yeah, it's hard to say. He is quite experienced, I think. But I think I'd nearly stick Ogbene up in front of him. I think he's been a handful in the first half. He's been our best attacking threat, but we need to get bodies up to support him as well. He's done well at moments, winning free kicks, but it's at what point in the game are you going to open up and go for it?
Okay, well, it's a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, huge second half to come in Budapest. We're going to take a very quick break and we'll be back with that after these.
Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.
Get sorted for the new season with Sky Sports and Sports Extra from Virgin Media. Our customers get all the live action from the Premier League by adding Sky Sports, TNT Sports and Premier Sports, all for just €30 a month for 12 months. That's less than half price. Virgin Media. It's playtime.
Subject to availability. Existing TV customers adding Sky Sports and Sports Extra to their TV pack. 12-month offer. After offer €74. Minimum term 30 days. Full T's and C's see virginmedia.ie. Ends December 31st, 2025.
Discover the Bosch laundry range at Power City. Big loads. No biggie with a large capacity A-rated Bosch washing machine. For more information, go online to powercity.ie.
If you've been affected by suicide or know someone who has, HUG is the National Suicide Bereavement Charity. We provide information and support groups nationwide, led by trained volunteers with a lived experience of suicide loss. Visit hugg.ie for support. HUG. Hope and healing after suicide.
Amazon Black Friday week deals up to 30% off. Get the perfect gift for your father-in-law, the Deal Hunter. If only he knew about the deal you got on his gift, he would embrace you just like he does deals. Oh, I guess we're hugging now. That's a long hug. Oh, it's still going. Oh, it's a Black Friday week hug. It's a deal hug. Up to 30% off this Amazon Black Friday week. Starts Thursday on Amazon.ie. Terms and conditions apply.
Trends come and go, but true icons remain. From the Ibiza and Leon to the family-friendly Ateca and Arona SUVs, discover them all at the SEAT 261 sales event, November 3rd to 15th. Avail of flexible PCP finance, 3 years free tyre insurance, 3 years free servicing, and a €500 prepaid credit card. Search SEAT.ie or visit your local SEAT retailer. SEAT. Expect more. Finance provided by way of hire purchase agreement from Volkswagen Financial Services Ireland Limited. Subject to lending criteria. Terms and conditions apply. Volkswagen Financial Services Ireland Limited, trading as SEAT Financial Services, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Are you finalising your festive favours? Contemplating your Christkindle contribution? The National Lottery have you sorted with some instant excitement for this gifting season. It's the Christmas Scratch Card range. There's Festive Riches, Christmas Countdown and Merry Money, otherwise known as the Christmas Trilogy. With over €7 million in prizes to be won instantly, this year's perfect gift might just be a Christmas scratch card. The National Lottery. It could be you. Gift responsibly.
Do you need help to make a healthcare complaint? Contact the Patient Advocacy Service. We are free, independent and confidential. We can support you through the complaints process for public acute hospitals and nursing homes across Ireland. Call us on 0818 293 003 or visit patientadvocacyservice.ie.
This is Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.
Hungary leading the Republic of Ireland 2-1 with second half commentary coming up shortly. In racing, the Troytown Chase and the Terence O'Brien trade answer to Caife landed the €100,000 race there at Navan today. Jockey John Shinnick steered the 15-2 shot on the pre-race third favourite to victory. Let's check on that big Munster hurling game in 6 Mile Bridge. We go back to Darren.
Des, it burst into life here in the closing stages. Half-time score, Lockmore Castellani leading by a point, 1-4 to 6 points, and that all-important goal came in the 30th minute. Lee McGrath chasing a long ball, was through on the goalkeeper, one-on-one, bounced between himself and Dara Stack. Got the slightest of touch to it, just the boss of the hurl, and no power behind it, trickled all the way into the back of the net. But unfortunately for the Éireog Ennis goalkeeper, Dara Stack picked up a yellow because he was late. But a very, very important goal. Before that, they were very reliant on Hurler of the Year, John McGrath, to do all their scoring, as all 4 of their points so far. Éireog, strong breeze in this first half, and they'll have a lot to do in the second half. They're trailing by a point.
Great stuff. Thanks to Darren. Well, the two teams are out. So let's return to Budapest to our commentary team of Kenny and Adrian.
Cheers, Marie. Yeah, all set for the second half. The Hungarian team just back on the field to play. Ireland just were out a few minutes ahead of them. Ireland making a change, and it's one perhaps that many anticipated, with Ryan Manning being introduced. And Jake O'Brien is the player who's going off. So Jake O'Brien off, and Ryan Manning is the player who's in for the second half as we get ready for the second period. So there you go, Kenny. What do you make of that change? Jake O'Brien is the player sacrificed at the interval.
Yeah, could be a knock potentially. Adrian just on maybe just carrying some just before half time. So actually Liam Scales be more than happy to go in there, probably more comfortable there, left of a back three. And obviously Ryan Manning responsible to get on the ball, get us up the pitch, get a bit of delivery as well in the opposition half, which he's more than capable of.
Well, a free kick straight away for Hungary here. Milos Kerkez fouled by Seamus Coleman. Coleman immediately turned in the direction of the referee to say he did nothing wrong, as he closed in on Milos Kerkez, and he may well have a point, but you're not so sure.
No, I thought it was a free kick. Thought he missed time there. Adrian Kerkez knew what he was doing all right, but it was a free kick. Got to say, sorry, I was just going to say in terms of the substitution, still a little bit disappointed we haven't got that kind of second striker on. Spoke about the Hungarians at centre half. They're going to really struggle at the moment. It's the real weakness to the team. I'd love to have seen that second striker come on. We're going to see it at some stage. Just feel as if it's, I just hope it's not going to be too late. We'll see the likes of Johnny Kelly and Adam Eid eventually come onto the pitch.
Well, Ireland have a set piece to defend here early in the second half. It's a Bosley to take. It's about 20 metres from the corner flag. It's just about on the field to play, and it's you-know-who. It's a Bosley to take it, right-footed, swings it in from Hungary's left-hand side, and it goes behind, and the end result is goal kick to the Republic of Ireland. Remember the situation, the scenario. Ireland have to win here to progress to the World Cup playoffs, and even then they've had they would have a lot of work to do. They'd have to come through a semi-final and final to claim a place at the World Cup finals next summer. As things stand, Portugal topping the group. They lead by 5-1 in their final group game against Armenia, and as it's poised, Hungary will take second place in the group, and they will be into the playoffs. But a lot of football still to be played. But to use that old cliche, Kenny, the next goal is huge.
No, absolutely, yeah. Just got to get some forward momentum, Adrian. You know, can't be too passive now. Can't sit behind the ball and allow the Hungarians to dictate. Gonna have to try and force the issue, take our game 15-20 yards up the pitch, spring out, put a bit of pressure on, force a few mistakes, a few turnovers from this Hungarian team in the second half. Really have to take some risks.
Free kick taken by Sabozlai from halfway, floats it up towards the right hand side of the area. They're looking for a corner kick, but referee says no, not on this occasion, so it'll be a goal kick. So Ryan Manning back from his suspension, slotting in on that left side of the Irish rearguard, and of course he is very much an attacking kind of player, so he'll be up and down the left flank for the Republic. Goal kick, and it'll be left to Nathan Collins to take, and he rolls it short to the Irish goalkeeper. And Caoimhín Keller just hoisted long downfield. Salai contests there with Ogbene. Salai won it in the air. Breaks to Seamus Coleman, who's immediately closed down. by Roland Shalai, and the ball squirts out of play. So as it stands, everything is hunky-dory for Hungary. They just need a point. A draw will do. Ireland have to go for the win.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that tactic, Adrian. From Quavin, look at the hit. Chiedozie Ogbene, 50-yard ball. If you don't win the initial header, make sure you win the knockdown. That's what we did. Seamus switched on, picking up the second ball, winning a free kick.
Yeah, free kick here for Ireland, just inside the half. The Hungarian half, that is. Taken by Josh Cullen, hangs it up towards the edge of the area. Could be an opportunity here. Troy Parrott in there, lurking in around the area. There were several bodies trying to swing at that ball as it dropped into the penalty area. Still not away by Hungary, still alive for Ireland. Ogbene gets something on it, didn't quite fall for Darragh O'Shea. Cullen sends it back. This is more promising from an Irish perspective as Coleman sends it forward. At times the Hungarian defence has been rather jittery, and Ireland will need to expose them further in the second half. 2-1 Hungary lead. 4 minutes gone in the second half.
I think it was Szoboszlai, got to be honest with you, for Hungary, who gets around on the cover. It's Nathan Collins who wins the first header into the box. Troy Parrott's in behind the Hungarian defence again. He tries to chest it and he's looking to get a volley off straight away, and Szoboszlai comes from absolutely nowhere, senses the danger, gets across and makes the interception. Otherwise that's a goal for Ireland.
Ball played downfield, it goes out of play. On the far side, Ireland looking to win a third match in succession, something they haven't managed to achieve since 2016. As it stands, they have a lot of work to do to turn it around in the second half in Budapest. But they've had moments, and certainly defensively, Hungary not all safe and well in their rear guard. Fallon Kirkes, Ogbene again rather frustrated, and Hungary will take this opportunity to slow it down once again. Szoboszlai goes short with the free kick, gets the return off Schaefer. Salai, who has stayed on the field for the second half, but that may be a change that the manager is contemplating, given that it is on the yellow card. Ball played forward, cut out by Nathan Collins. And they're quite content to allow the ball drift out of play. Shalai takes the throw in. Schaefer receives. Opportunity to deliver the cross, but he turns it down. And they recycle it to Kirkesh, back to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai spotting the run, and now it's Shalai trying to tee it up for a colleague inside the area, but it's well defended by the Republic of Ireland. And the referee has a decision to make here. Seemed a little hesitant. And it is going to be a goal kick to the Republic of Ireland.
There's a clever little ball again from Szoboszlai, dictating things. Shalai made the run in behind. It was a good block from Nathan Collins. He stepped out, blocked the cross into the box. Shalai should have done better there.
He's been a real driver for Liverpool this season, albeit Liverpool off the pace in the Premier League. But Szoboszlai has been outstanding, and he was terrific against Real Madrid in the Champions League. As Ogbene racing through, but it looks like he may have done his hamstring. He certainly appeared to just
he's done.
Yeah, the back of his right leg.
Maybe, yeah, best case scenario, maybe a bit of cramp, Adrian. That's the best case scenario. Didn't look good initially though, the way he kind of clutched it. Looked like a small hamstring strain. That's the case. He's off. He done great initially. That big diagonal from Quavin again. He won the initial header against Salai. Troy Parrott picked up the second ball, tried a lovely little reverse pass on the inside for Ogbene. He just saw him clutch that right hamstring. Like I said, I'd lean towards a hamstring strain myself rather than the cramp. I think we're going to see a substitution pretty quick.
And he's been a real threat for Ireland in the match. Chiedozie Ogbene picking up where he left off against Portugal on Thursday night. But he's down, he's requiring treatment at the moment. A couple of Irish players coming across to get some fluids. And Adam Ida is getting ready to come on. You'd have anticipated that Ida would be on at some stage anyway in the second half. But it's an early introduction in the second period now for Adam Ida. Chiedozie Ogbene, who's had his injury issues, of course, in recent times. He's back on his feet, but he's limping ever so slightly at the moment.
Yeah,
that is sad for him.
Yeah, I think so. He's been our best player this evening. Really kind of lively, direct, trying to be positive every time he gets the ball. Not just tonight, previous game against Portugal, but his evening's done now in a funny way. Obviously we're going to be weaker without Chiedozie, don't get me wrong, but at least we're going to get that second striker. I'm going to get me wish. No, I didn't want to see it in these particular circumstances, to be honest with you. Hopefully we'll see Adam go straight up the middle of the pitch alongside Troy. Hope he doesn't linger out on this right hand side, or Troy doesn't get pushed to this right hand side as Ogbene was.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out, because Adam Ida is on, and Chiedozie Ogbene is so unfortunate. He's been a real thorn in the sides of the Hungarian defence right throughout this match, but that is it for Chiedozie Ogbene and Adam Ida, who scored the equalising goal late on in Dublin against Hungary in that 2-2 draw, is off the bench. Can he find something to get Ireland back into this contest? Hungary, though, looking to perhaps make it impossible for Ireland to do so by grabbing a third. Still possible, of course, but it will be very, very difficult to see Ireland coming from 3-1 down to try and get the win that they desperately crave. Hungary have possession inside the Irish half. Sabozlai doing really well. A little clever round the corner. A ball to get away from his opposite number, Kerkez, in the wide left position. Back to Sabozlai, who pulls the trigger. Blocked away, still there though for the home side. Now Loic Nago to deliver the cross just outside the area. Into the area it goes, and the ball just bouncing around. Seamus Coleman appealing for handball, or indeed offside against Hungary. But the referee's assistant on the far side is happy to allow play proceed. It'll be a throw-in when play eventually resumes to the home side, who are just trying to take the sting out of the game. Early stages of the second half. They lead by 2-1. Kerkez gets the return pass from Sabozlai, who's available for the return ball if needed. Shalai does well to turn away from trouble. Ball worked back now to Schaefer. Back to Sabozlai. Troy Parrott back defending. Deep inside his own half. Sabozlai in a very tight situation. Oh, brilliant on Sabozlai, and he pulls it back towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and eventually it's worked clear by Ireland. But the quick feet of Dominic Sabozlai providing real trouble there for Ireland.
Yeah, he's bossing the game at the moment. Sabozlai really enjoying himself, playing a little kind of 1-2s, intricate little passes, drove into the box there beyond two Irish defenders, tried a little cut back. It was well read by Finn Azaz, actually. Wonderful play from Sabozlai, really prominent now in the game. A little bit worried from an Irish perspective now. Hungary really in the ascendancy. You feel as if that they can keep this tempo high now and keep pushing. Potentially, if there's going to be a next goal, it's going to come from Hungary at the moment, from what we're seeing.
And Debouche, the goalkeeper, sends it long. Cut out by Darragh O'Shea for the Republic of Ireland, but it's still there for the home side, who are seeking that third goal to put the game effectively to bed. Shalai getting involved, and now inside the area, Lukács, but the ball just got away from him. A heavy touch, and it's a goal kick, but again evidence of the threat posed by Hungary. And Lukács, who opened the scoring, unable to nab his nation's third goal in this match.
Yeah, just thought he overcomplicated Lukács. He's in, gets in behind Darragh O'Shea. Nathan Collins comes across, he gets beyond them, actually just takes one touch too many there. Lukács should have gotten that shot off a bit earlier. Again, it's a bit of a worry. We get opened up down the centre of the defence. We didn't see too much of that the previous evening against Portugal, but it's happened a couple of times this evening.
All going to plan at the moment for Marco Rossi, the Italian who's in charge of Hungary. He has steered them to 2 European Championships, of course, and they were at the Euros last year. And he moved to Hungary several years ago, really immersed himself in Hungarian football as a player. He cut his teeth with Sampdoria in Italy, but here in Hungary he coached Honvéd here in Budapest to the league title back in 2017. And certainly they see the future of Hungarian football under his guidance, because he recently signed a contract which extends his reign until 2030. And is he going to lead them to their first World Cup finals since 1986? That's the prize on offer. Eventually, it won't be decided today, of course, the playoffs to come. As Nathan Collins just knocks the ball up towards halfway. Azaz with a clever ball, and Adam Ida could be in here, and it's a great finish. They'll check for offside, and eventually the flag goes up, and you had no hesitation there, Kenny. It was a really stylish finish from Adam Ida in behind the Hungarian defence. Lobbed the goalkeeper from quite some distance out, but the flag went up after the ball hit the back of the net.
Yeah, he was offside. Salai, that left side of Hungarian, so he gets lucky there. He doesn't quite know where Adam Ida is. He kind of steps up. He's kind of hoping he's offside. He gets lucky. The Hungarian defender. Right idea again from Ireland. Adam Ida, that's what we want to see. Using those legs of his in behind. Just got to be a little bit more patient there. Take a step backwards, keep himself onside. Looks as if he's going straight up the pitch. Adrian's the central striker. Troy Parrott has been asked to lean over this right hand side, as Chiedozie Ogbene was doing in the first half. He won't be entirely happy with that. He wants to play that central striking role. Doesn't want to get pushed onto the flanks. He's going to have to do a lot more defensive work there as well. Not ideal for him.
Ball cleared up towards halfway, but Ireland pick up the second phase. Worked forward now. And Troy Parrott, 35 metres out from goal, central position. He goes to ground. Play continues. Scales gets something on it. Josh Cullen. It's all a bit frantic at the moment. And Hungary get control of the ball and see it back to Debush, who puts boot to ball and fires it downfield. And into the centre circle it goes. And now an opportunity. There was a foul on Nathan Collins there by Daniel Lukács. And the referee again in a good position to make the call. Manning on Ireland's left-hand side rolls it back, and Malumbi fires it into a central area, picked up by Finn Azaz. Ireland trying to build up a head of steam here, cut out by Kirkej, the left back for Hungary, but Ireland have it back once again with Cullen, and Cullen fires a crossfield cut out by Loic Nego. It'll break in around the middle off Jason Malumbi, but it's Varga who got the second goal, that bullet just before the interval to fire Hungary into a 2-1 lead. Schaefer on the stretch, and Loic Nego goes diving in, does really well to protect the ball, and Hungary have it once again. We're on the front foot now with Kirkez, feeds it wide, opportunity for Shalai inside the area, left hand side, trying to bend it towards that back post, but unable to do so because it was blocked away to safety, and the ball goes out of play, and it will be a free kick to Ireland for offside.
Yeah, looking dangerous. Game's opening up a little bit, Adrian, as we go searching for that equalising goal. Like I said, we're going to have to take an element of risk, leave ourselves a little bit open. It's going to be another substitution. Jason Malumbi coming off.
Yeah, there's going to be an international debut here for Johnny Kenny, and Festi Ebosele is also being introduced, so a double switch. So Malumbi goes off and Johnny Kenny is on. What a big moment for the young Riverstand man. The youngsters playing at Celtic, and Seamus Coleman heads off. That's the other change. So Ireland going attack.
Yeah, it's got to be done. Looking forward to seeing Johnny Kenny play in good form for Celtic at the moment. Even regardless of that, though, he's got some really good attributes. His movement's great. Adrian off the shoulder, the last defender. That's what we need the remaining minutes of this game. Somebody could time those runs in behind. If we can pick him out, any type of precision passes from further back down the pitch, he's going to be a real threat in behind, as Adamida can be as well, with his pace.
Johnny Kenny, 4 goals in 4 games under Martin O'Neill at Celtic. So his confidence is sky high at the moment, and he's on for his international debut. And Enniscorthy's Festi Ebosele also on for the remainder of the game. But Hungary looking for the insurance goal, arguably. The ball driven forward, they're looking for a free kick, but away goes Ryan Manning, raiding down that left-hand side, but still inside the Irish half, and he sends it forward. Ida trying to get something on it, but it all breaks down, and Hungary pressing forward once again with Schaefer. He just checks his run and turns back to Kirkez, and Kirkez back to Salai, and Salai goes square now to Willie Orban, and Orban out to Loic Nego on Hungary's right-hand side, and the ball knocked out of play by the defending Johnny Kenny, just inside his own half, just did enough to nudge it off the Hungarian player. Last touch came off Kenny. Here's Sabazlai on it once again, orchestrating for the home side. Attila Salai floating one forward, and Ireland looking a little open here once again as Lukács delivers the cross, away though by Liam Scales for Ireland, only as far as Loic Nego, halfway inside the Irish half. But that's untidy, but they managed to win it back once again, Hungary. And Ireland in turn have possession. Scales away left-footed up towards halfway. Sabazlai with the cushion ball. Good football once again from Hungary, and they managed to retain possession, but there may have been a late challenge for one of the Hungarian players who has stayed down. The referee has sounded the whistle.
We can't give this ball back. Sabazlai's kicked the ball out of play. There's a Hungarian player down. It's a slight touch. There's no head injury. There's no safety concerns here for the player. Can't be throwing this ball back to Hungary. Ryan Manning, he's got to get on it and throw it to an Irish short.
Well, Schaefer was the player who was on the receiving end. So Ireland will have possession after Sabazlai knocked the ball out of play, and a double change now being made by Hungary. And they're going to introduce Benji Otvos and Callum Stiles. And Stiles, who has been a regular, he started in Yerevan on Thursday. The West Bromwich Albion player is coming on, and the man who opened the scoring, Daniel Lukács, is heading off. He's getting a huge ovation after scoring his second international goal. So Otvos, who is a defensive-minded player, and Callum Stiles of West Bromwich Albion introduced. by Marco Rossi at this point in the game. We're in the 63rd minute in Budapest, so a double change being made, and Schaefer, the player who went down a few moments ago, heads off. So Otfos in for Schaefer.
Let me get that ball back from box.
The ball played forward by the Hungarian goalkeeper, and it breaks in around the middle. It'll be a free kick against the Republic of Ireland. A challenge by Darragh O'Shea on Varga, and he had no complaints about that one because he had two hands outstretched, and Barnabas Varga, who has been in terrific form for his club Ferencváros this season, 18 goals in all, and of course on the score sheet here this evening in Budapest with that second goal, he was fouled. Free kick awarded to Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai with this free kick on the fringe of the centre circle, just inside the Irish half. Floats it. It's a high hanging one towards the back post. Liam Scales heads away. It's still there though for Hungary. We're threatening once again. Solid defending by the Republic of Ireland on the far side. Really have to scrap for possession in the end. Contact received, and down goes Manning. And Callum Stiles protesting his innocence, but the referee spotted the infringement, and it's a relieving free kick for the Republic of Ireland inside their own penalty area, and it's taken by Scales back to Caoimhín Kelleher.
Yeah, just struggling to find a bit of rhythm to our play, Adrian, at the moment. A couple of kind of substitutions. Hungary very much in the ascendancy. Nice flow to their game at the moment. Szoboszlai kind of dictating from that central area of the pitch. Just got to keep going, have to keep believing. Half an hour left in this game. It's all about that next goal. You've mentioned it yourself, but it doesn't look like coming at the moment. You'd have to be honest. The Hungarians, I think if they have a bit more belief, keep this tempo up, keep pushing towards their goal, you feel as if it's going to come for them more so than us, but have to keep believing, have to keep pushing forward, get that ball back to front early. We've got goal scorers on the pitch now, I will say that. Troy Parrott, Adam Ida, Johnny Kenny, they get the ball up to them though, need to get them in the game in the right areas of the pitch.
And Portugal wrapping up qualification in style. They now lead by 6 goals to 1 against Armenia. Bruno Fernandes with their 6th goal, converting from the penalty spot. Ireland have got a throw in here. Festi Ebosele to take it. It's in line with the edge of the Hungarian penalty area. So what can he deliver here? Jacob Ryan, of course, who is the long throw expert, is off the field of play for the Republic of Ireland at this point in the match. So Ebosele winding up to take the throw in. In fact, he goes short. The ball flooded towards the back stick. It's still alive for Ireland. Nago gets something on it, and it clears to the edge of the area. Picked up by Callum Stiles, and Stiles continues his run. And the door very firmly shut by Manning for Ireland. And now Ebosele out to Ireland's right-hand side for Darragh O'Shea, about 20 metres inside the Hungarian half. Has support available from Finn Azaz. Azaz to float it in. It's a dangerous ball. And the header from Ida sails over the top of the crossbar, but Heimer Hagnomsson applauds the efforts there of the Republic of Ireland. Ida with the header, just couldn't keep it down.
That's the kind of service I'm talking about, Adrian. It's not an ideal place to put a cross in, kind of 40 yards out, not in a particularly wide area, but he gets a really good whip on the ball. Finn Azaz just puts it into a central striking area. Adam made it, centre forward's instincts, getting across Orban. Wasn't quite a free header. There was a bit of contact there from the Hungarian defender, but he made good contact on it.
So Debouche with the restart. Drills it downfield, straight down the middle. Nathan Collins went to contest that one. Scale sees it back to the Irish goalkeeper, Caoimhín Kelleher. Made a fine save in the first half. Very little he could do about either goal. And an excellent save from Roland Shalai. Off goes Liam Scales, and it goes long again. It's direct from Ireland, seeking out Ida just outside the area, but Hungary have possession back, and they're threatening once again with Varga about 40 metres out from goal, just turning away from goal, and Ireland managed to pinch possession back, and the ball is sent forward, cut out by Orban, and the cushion ball kept in play just about, and Loic Nago manages to work it on. Scales with a challenge, and the referee is awarded a free kick, and there's a yellow card for the Wicklow man as a result. Yellow card for Liam Scales in the 68th minute.
Yeah, I can understand that from Liam's point of view. Got to be aggressive. You can't take a step back there and allow Varga to have that ball to his feet. And we need to turn over the ball. We need to get up the pitch quickly. took a chance there, kind of slid in from the side, doesn't make clear contact. Liam, it is a free kick, probably a yellow card, but I can understand it. Trying to be aggressive, trying to pinch the ball off the front of the Hungarian forward, win back possession. You know time's running out. We need those 2 goals at least.
So free kick about 25 metres inside the Irish half. Dominic Szoboszlai to take. So Ireland have a set piece to defend here. It'll be swung in by the Liverpool maestro. Caoimhín Kelleher watches on as it's swung in and headed goalwards. And a good attempt, but it's easy pickings in the end. It was Orban who was up from the back who got something on it, directed his header goalwards. But Caoimhín Kelleher scampering across there to collect. Now Ireland again going direct, trying to lob one over the top, looking for some reward from Route 1 football, but it doesn't quite work out. They've got plenty of attacking players on at this point of the match, having to go for broke. If you're just joining us, Ireland trailing by 2-1. They need a win here in Budapest to claim a place in the playoffs. Azaz feeds it wide now for Manning, left-hand side, delivers the ball early into the area, cut out by Salai, who defended that situation well. Azaz, though, has it back once again for Ireland, halfway inside the Hungarian half. Cullen out to Ireland's right-hand side, Darragh O'Shea, back with Cullen. Cullen now with a short pass to Finn Azaz, back to Nathan Collins, and now Scales. Thought about the cross from the left-hand side. Manning on that left for Ireland, trying to deliver the cross, but it's blocked away. Ireland get the throw in on the far side, and again Heimer Hallgrimsson off his seat in the technical area, applauding the positive efforts of his team. Ireland having to go for it. Collins just inside the Hungarian half takes a touch and rolls it short now to Liam Scales. The home supporters absolutely in fine form at the moment. They sense victory is coming their way, but Ireland have to find something in the match, and what remains of it. 2-1 they lead with just over 20 minutes to go. Can Ireland find an equalising goal? That's the task they face at the moment. Scales out to Manning in the wide left position, trying to feed it through to Adam Ida unable to get onto it, and Johnny Kenny battling to try and win it back, but Nago clears his lines. It breaks in and around the middle. Otfoss got something on it, and both sides struggling to retain possession at the moment, but Hungary have it once again on halfway. Osfat sends it back to Loic Nago, and it's fed wide now by Salah, and Salah feeds it down the line. Great noise inside the Puskás Arena as the home supporters will their team home. Darragh O'Shea, good ball into a central position. Josh Cullen under pressure, and he's been fouled by Osfat, and it'll be a free kick conceded by Benji Otfoss, and Ireland have it once again. Finn Azaz goes short now to Josh Cullen, and back with Collins. Ireland looking for inspiration in Budapest. Johnny Kenny onto it for Ireland. Ball just squirts free. And Hungary have possession back with Otfoss. And Loic Nago takes a touch. He's about 20 metres away from the penalty area. A little bit tight on that far side. And Ireland have got control of the ball once again. They work it back through to Nathan Collins. So the clock ticks on. 71.5 minutes played. It's Hungary who lead by 2-1. Nathan Collins inside his own half. Off to Liam Scales on Ireland's left-hand side. He prods the ball forward, looking for Johnny Kenny. Otfoss went sliding in, and now an opportunity inside the area for Ida. He's been forced wide. Tees it up for Parrott, and Parrott miscued his attempt. And the offside flag goes up in any event. But Troy Parrott with an opportunity. He wasn't to know about the flag, and he just got it all wrong.
Yeah, it was tight, Adrian, the offside. And it made it trying to do exactly the right thing. Ryan Manning looks up, he just spins into the space, probably just off. Does really well though once he gets into the box, heads up, he knows he can't score it himself. Looking for a little cut back to Troy Parrott. Had to put a bit of pace on the ball for it to get there. It wasn't an easy take for Troy first time. Kind of mishit it. But again, better from Adam Ida looking to get in behind. Just got to be a little bit more patient. Adrian, a couple of times he's been caught offside, trying to do the right thing.
Another Bruno Fernandes penalty, and Portugal now leading Armenia by 7-1. No question of the outcome there. Here in Budapest, it's still in the melting pot, but Ireland have to try and force it now. Sabazlai is on to it. A real buzz in the crowd every time he picks up possession, sends it forward. But it all breaks down for the home side, but they win it back. Ireland loose in possession there. Shalai trying to dink it back to Kirkej, who does well. And Otfos getting involved once again. And now Salai to toss it forward towards Shalai. Maybe another change on the way very shortly for one of the two teams. Certainly the fourth official is getting the board ready. The ball breaks now. It's Callum Stiles up towards the edge of the area, has support, and Varga inside the area trying to link up once again with Stiles. Still there for Hungary. Ireland looking very shaky at the moment, and eventually it's cleared away by Liam Scales, but a worrying moment there for the Republic of Ireland.
It certainly was. Brilliant defended for Liam Scales. At the end of the day, give the possession up 20 yards outside our penalty box. Hungarians drive forward. Varga gets played in, he takes one touch, looks if he's going to get the shot on target, but Liam Scales does great, recognises the danger, gets across and gets a block on the shot, and eventually clears it.
And again, Ireland going direct, looking for Adam Ida. He's forced wide out towards the corner flag. He's been tracked all the way by the grizzled campaigner that is Willie Orban. Ireland recycle it now. It's Josh Cullen feeding it wide. And Manning getting onto it. The ball driven in. That's easily cut out by Sabazlai. It's been a real star turn once again, as you'd expect for Hungary this afternoon. He is the conductor of the orchestra. The ball sent forward, and now Shalai is on to it. Liam Scales has lost his footing, and Shalai looking for support. Wide right position, and he drills a shot goalwards. And Queevy Keller pushes the ball behind. The angle was really difficult, but that was a ferocious effort from Shalai. Queevy Keller produces the goods.
Probably should have defended that situation a bit better. Only a hopeful ball over the top. But Nathan Collins just has his heels clipped, I think, as Shalai goes past him. That's what opens up the space. He's at a really tight angle here. He hasn't got any support. So the Hungarian winger takes on the shot, tries to smash it inside the underneath crossbar, the near post. Queevy Keller, Irish goalkeeper's too good to get caught out there.
And Hungary making a change. And Alex Toth is heading off, and Bendeguj Shabala, who started the game in Yerevan on Thursday, is in. And Bala will provide plenty of energy. He's an attacker as well, so Attila Salai, who's on the yellow card, stays on at the moment for Hungary. So Bala is on, and Hungary get themselves a corner kick after that ferociously struck shot, which was well dealt with by Queevy Keller. 15 minutes to go. Hungary leading by 2-1. Sabazlai on the right-hand side, and Salai with the header. And it was demanding a touch to force it home. Perhaps he got the header on target, but it perhaps required another Hungarian touch to guide it past Queevy Keller. Not to be. Keller dealt with it. Now Ebosele. And Ebosele came off the bench on Thursday in that memorable win over Portugal, trying to make inroads down Ireland's right-hand side. Kirkej having to defend, and he does well, the Liverpool defender, to knock the ball out of play, but Ireland get a throw-in near the corner flag. To be taken by the man from Wexford once again. So can he bowl something that Ireland can reap some rewards from here? Festi Ebosele winding up for the long throw, and Liam Scales is inside the area. There's a whole host of Irish bodies inside the area. The ball is delivered, but the initial touch of a Hungarian head, they haven't managed to clear their lines just yet. Josh Cullen trying to just nudge the ball or prod it into the path of Festi Ebosele, and there was a little pullback, and the referee has his card out here, and a yellow card for Josh Cullen. And no complaints from Cullen as he slowly retreats.
It just takes the sting out of the game as well. Adrian, we're 15 yards inside their half. Got a couple of Irish players around the ball there. We pinch it off them. We're straight at their penalty box potentially. We give away the kind of free kick. Allows the Hungarians slow the game down. 30-second rest and slowly build again. We're trying to get a bit of a forward momentum.
Orban to Nego Fires it forward to Fargo. That's a really good first time ball. It might well stay in play. And they're raiding forward once again. Ireland looking very exposed here. The ball into the area, cut out from the end line by the Irish keeper, Caoimhín Kelleher. Good driving run by the recent arrival, Bala, who drove down that right flank and delivered the ball into the area, but cut out by Caoimhín Kelleher. Much too close. They crossed to the goalkeeper, who got down to clutch the ball. And Ireland again going direct, cut out by Willie Orban. It breaks to the Hungarian substitute, Otvos. And now it's Sabozlai again dictating for the home side. Shalai trying to thread it through. Ireland in trouble once again with Farga, but great defending once again by Nathan Collins for Ireland. Got across to cut out the danger at source there, because Varga was almost in.
Yeah, he was. It's last-ditch stuff now, Adrian. It really is. It's a bit like wacky races at the moment. Game really getting stretched, big open spaces all over the pitch. It's the kind of game we have to play now, the remaining 15 minutes of this game.
Jack Taylor will be on very shortly for the Republic of Ireland as Kerkez defends that 1v1 situation against Festia Basele. Ireland have taken the throw-in quickly. They have to get on with it. They have to try and find an equalising goal, and then they have to try and find a winning goal. It's a tall order, but that's how that they have to try and do. Josh Cullen just running into traffic, but Scales works it forward. Now it's Zaz. It's Troy Parrott clipping the ball in past the goalkeeper. Will the flag go up? Well, not just yet. It'll be checked by Troy Parrott with an exquisite finish, a digged finish past the goalkeeper, and it's 2-2. It's Parrott. It's Parrott yet again.
Yeah, that looked good to me. I've got to be honest with you. Spoke about it a couple of times, getting caught offside, being a little bit more patient. You sense Troy Parrott in these situations doesn't make those mistakes. We're having a look at the first replay here. It's a wonderful ball from Finn's ass, just dinks it over the top. He's miles onside, absolutely miles. Lovely first touch, just steadies himself. Keeper flies out, doesn't panic, just dinks it over him into the goal. Exactly what we needed. Massive pressure now on this Hungarian team.
Oh, it's a brilliant finish from Troy Parrott, controlled with the right, and the keeper advancing, and he just lifted it over Debouche, and it's 2-2. A double on Thursday and a double in Budapest for Troy Parrott.
The tension in this stadium now, it's just silenced the home crowd. Hungarian players now, they'll be down themselves, they'll be nervous as kittens. Try and take advantage of it. Keep the tempo up, Adrian. Get the ball from back to front now as early as we can. Get them defending on the edge of their penalty box.
Taylor on. Jack Taylor is introduced. Josh Cullen has gone off 2-2. Ireland looking for the win. Oh, that was a really clever finish from Troy Parrott. But meanwhile, Shalai driving inside the area, but well defended by Darragh O'Shea. Albeit it will be a corner kick for Hungary. Less than 10 minutes remaining. This one is on a knife edge.
It certainly is. It's really good play from Shalai. Just wondered there, Darragh O'Shea had it gone to ground and just kind of swept that ball away. Maybe could have been able to keep it in play. Every time the ball goes out of play, it's just the lane tactics from the Hungarians. Sabozlai walking over to take this corner kick. He's not in a rush. Time's not our friend at the moment.
9 minutes to go. Corner kick for Hungary on their left-hand side to be taken by Sabozlai. Swings it in. And there'll be another corner kick. And Amida got something on it. Heads the ball over the top. So take two for Dominic Sabozlai. Troubling moments now for Hungary. A point will be sufficient for them to claim a World Cup playoff spot. Can they find another goal to go back in front once again? In towards the near post, away, only as far as Nago, who feeds it wide. Ball delivered into the area. Callum Stiles gets a touch to it. Johnny Kenny back defending, the ball bouncing inside the area, and eventually it's shoveled away. Nago, underneath the dropping ball, gets it under control, and he'll send it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Debouche, who's a long way from his penalty area. But he feeds it wide now to Kerkez. Sabozlai running down the left-hand channel. The ball floated over the top, and it picks out Sabozlai from Kerkez. Heads towards the corner flag. Will he think about time wasting at this point? No. He's willing to take on all comers. Does really well to work it back to Roland Shalai, and Shalai feeds it back to Sabozlai. Sabozlai to deliver the cross. Decent ball in, but headed away by Nathan Collins. up towards halfway. Taylor gets something on it. Azaz trying to drive clear. Ireland now with an opportunity in the ball over the top. It's not of the required quality to pick out a colleague in white. Callum Stiles goes to ground again. The referee says play on. Home fans not too happy with that. Azaz into a central area. And the ball, well, it just broke away from Adamida at the crunch moment. And Hungary will try and break. They're looking for a free kick. Eventually the referee sounds his whistle. So frustration for the Republic of Ireland. Free kick for Hungary just inside the home team's half.
Yeah, Finn Azaz has really come to the fore the last couple of minutes. Josh Cullen's been brought off. He's been left in centre midfield to get on the ball and get us playing forward. That's exactly what he's trying to do. Nearly execute a big diagonal pass to Troy Parrott a minute or so ago. That was a wonderfully disguised pass as well. And Adamida just outside the penalty box. Unfortunately, Adams' first touch got away from him. He gave up possession.
It was 2-2 in Dublin back in September in the opening match of this World Cup qualifying campaign, and currently it's 2-2 in Budapest on the final day of activity in this particular group. A foul on Callum Stiles, a free kick awarded to Hungary, and that just eats into the clock at this late stage. A little over eager, the challenge from Taylor. So just a little over 6 minutes remaining. And Dominic Szoboszlai preparing to take this free kick for the home side. It's about 15 metres inside the Irish half in a central position. And he hangs it up towards the edge of the area. An Irish head gets a touch to it and it goes out of play. It'll be a corner kick.
Better communication, wasn't it, Adrian? Adamida going backwards, didn't know what was behind him. Ryan Manning was there. Early shout from Ryan Manning. He comes onto the ball and heads that 15 yards outside the penalty box.
So a corner kick for Hungary once again to be taken by Dominic Szoboszlai. They know they're within touching distance of the coveted prize of a playoff spot, but there's still work to be done, and Ireland will feel surely there's at least one more chance in the match. Szoboszlai to take this corner on Hungary's right hand side. It'll be an outswinger. Well, it's easily dealt with at the near post, but it breaks towards the edge of the area. That driven shot from Callum Stiles through a whole ruck of players, but repelled. And now Festi Epasele on the counter-attack. Johnny Kenny operating through the middle. The ball is worked back to De Bouge, who has to race outside his area, but boot to ball. Ball under control by Taylor inside the centre circle, trying to work his way free. Does really well, Taylor, but then he just ran into trouble in the shape of Otfos, and now Hungary trying to come forward once again. A little give and go, but it's cut out by Manning, and Manning feeds it wide now for Darragh O'Shea, and O'Shea will send it long. Well, it'll be a nervy end for both these teams and for all the supporters here, both of Hungary and the Republic of Ireland. Both sides on thin ice at the moment. Hungary on the attack though. Szoboszlai inside the area. Still Szoboszlai, difficult angle. Gets his shot away, and again Caoimhín Keller deals with that situation. Fine save just to get a hand to it. The angle was very tricky once again for Szoboszlai, who's still full of running.
His energy levels are absolutely phenomenal. You see him everywhere in this kind of second half. Taking one off the toe. They try Parrott inside his own 6-yard box. We've seen him dribbling past people on the left wing, and this occasion just driving forward from central midfield, full pelt, sprinting into the box, little shimmy, shifts it onto his left foot, takes the save from Caoimhín to keep it out of goal. He's been outstanding. He's really grown into the game second half. Szoboszlai's been the best player on the pitch.
Well, he's got a corner kick to take, and the clock doesn't make for happy reading at the moment for Ireland. 86 minutes played, so just over 3 minutes of the 90. We had something like 5 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half, so we'll be hoping for something similar, if not more. Szoboszlai's corner. Well, it's headed over the top in the end. Decent contact on it, but it dropped well over the crossbar. So, can Ireland engineer a winning goal? Certainly defensively, Hungary haven't been all that convincing in the match so far, and Ireland have prized 2 goals so far. Can they find the third, the all-important winning goal? That's the question. Well, they managed to get a free kick, a set piece in a very dangerous position in the wide left area. Manning doing really well to draw the challenge from Bolla.
Yeah, he bought that one. Ryan Manning threw that right leg out, as we say so often in the modern game. Makes contact with a Hungarian player. Referees fall for it time and time again, but it's given us a great position put good delivery into the box. Everybody's up.
Yeah, it's about 5 metres in from the sideline. About halfway inside the Hungarian half, wide left position. So Manning will take it after being fouled by the former Wolves player, and he swings it in. Oh, it's a great ball towards Adamita. It breaks on the edge of the area. Still there, Darragh O'Shea pulls the ball across the face of the area, and eventually it's worked away by Hungary, who are looking a little brittle at the moment, Kenny.
Oh, what a header from Slobosly again. Looks as Van Meeden was going to get there near post and get it on target. Slobosly wins the header, eventually ends up with Darragh O'Shea. That looks like it's heading towards the back post before it's hacked clear.
Taylor delivers the ball into the area towards the back post. It might run kindly for Ireland, but Nago got something on it. Ireland pushing forward. It's retrieved here by Adamida. Turned down the opportunity to deliver the cross. Manning delivers. Ebosele inside the area. He tried to tee up a teammate, but it wasn't really on. He might well have gone for goal himself on the turn, and the Hungarian player goes to ground, and the referee has a yellow card out here, and one of the Irish players is going to be carded here. Festi Ebosele with an opportunity perhaps to turn and pull the trigger, and he's now picked up a yellow card.
You're right, Adrian. He was actually on the half turn, wasn't he? About 7 yards out, just dropped onto his left foot, just swinging. I know it's not your strongest foot, but you're only 7 yards out. Any type of decent contact takes a deflection, maybe goes into the goal. Adamida had a chance there earlier to put an early cross into the box, didn't. This Hungarian team are really reeling at the moment. They're feeling the heat, they're feeling the pressure. Just got to keep at them, keep pinning them in, keep testing them in around their penalty box. There's still potentially another goal for us here this evening. Have to keep believing it.
Well, Oddfoss got a great clearance in because the goalkeeper was beaten from that Darragh O'Shea effort right across the penalty area. Was heading in, but Oddfoss was in the right place. Well, the players just getting some water on board after that yellow card for Festi Ebosele. We're in the 90th minute, and Dominic Szoboszlai just having a word with his manager, rather. Well, we'll have a word with the referee as well in terms of the additional time to be played. But it's a free kick after that indiscretion by Festi Ebosele to be taken by De Boer. So Hungary will try and pin Ireland inside their own half as he floats it downfield, but it's easily dealt with by Nathan Collins, who steers his header back to Caoimhín Kelleher, and Ireland have to show real energy now and have to go for it. Nathan Collins sends it forward. They're really dropping off at the moment, Hungary, as Finn Azaz pings it forward. It might run here for Johnny Kenny at the back post. Oh, the keeper makes a save. Excellent save by the keeper. Ireland denied cruelly at the death. It's still there though. Finn Azaz, 30 metres out from goal, tries to deliver the cross, and again it's repelled by the Hungarian defence. Now it's with Ebosele. Clever from him to give his man the slip and delivers the cross into the area, and it's cleared away, and Ireland pushing forward once again. Oh, a De Boer to the rescue there for Hungary. What an opportunity so late on in the match for Ireland. Ebosele has it once again. Ireland's right hand side. Szoboszlai back defending. Ebosele works it into a central area. They're really just dropping off at the moment, Hungary, allowing Ireland to have possession, and the home supporters trying to will them home. Manning to deliver the cross into the area towards the back post. Ebosele, it runs for Ebosele. That's the Ebosele. Well, his first attempt across is blocked away by Kirkes. He'll have another opportunity here. Ebosele has support available from Nathan Collins. Tries to deliver the cross, and it's a corner kick. Kirkes with a block. Corner for Ireland.
They're wobbling, Adrian. The Hungarians desperate defending. This Ireland team believing there's another goal there for them. Ebosele doing exactly the right thing. Just knock it past Kirkes. If you don't get your cross in, get a corner kick. That's exactly what he's done. Everybody's in the box. It's all in now.
Ireland's right hand side, the corner to be taken by Ryan Manning. Johnny Kenny cruelly denied just a few moments ago. Can Ireland find the winner? The ball into the area, and Hungary stand firm for now, but Ireland have possession back once again with Azaz. Back to Manning. Manning trying to give Szoboszlai the slip, but Szoboszlai gets an important challenge in, but it'll be a throw in for Ireland. Last few minutes here, we're into stoppage time in the second minute. 5 initial minutes being played. Ireland have this set piece opportunity. Well, it's a throw in now from Manning, who wants to get a different football on the field of play, and Hungary are going to slow it down once again. They're going to make a change. Roland Shalai is heading off, and they're going to bring in Damir Redzic, who'll be in for his debut, and also coming on Attila Mokshi for the last few moments. So Shalai heading off. So the double change been made with Redzic in for his debut. Last few moments here, Loic Nago is the player who's also going off. So he has certainly played his part, Loic Nago, the 34-year-old, and Mokshi on for the last few moments here as Hungary try to defend this situation. Parity in Budapest. Hungary 2, Ireland 2. A draw will be sufficient for Hungary to make it to the World Cup playoffs. Ireland have to win. Ireland on the front foot. They've had opportunities. The long throw in from Ebosele, but straight to Hungarian, who heads it straight out of play. It was Kerkez. So another opportunity for Festi Ebosele. Has to try and stand and deliver here with a long throw in. Has Manning available to his left-hand side if he decides to go that route. Delivers the throw in into the area. It's headed away, but only as far as Manning. But the referee has awarded a free kick to Hungary at this late point of the match. Adam Ida, well, he protests his innocence, and it'll be a free kick for Hungary in the last few moments in Budapest.
Oh, we have to hope we get one last chance, Adrian, similar to the one Johnny Kenny had a couple of minutes ago, having reference to what a chance it was, what a save from the boot. Finazaz again in centre midfield, taking responsibility, getting the ball, floats a lovely pass over the head of Orban into the box. It's panic stations, ends up with Johnny Kenny. It's a really acute angle. He makes really good contact with the ball. It's on target, almost goes underneath the goalkeeper and into the net. Somehow the boost keeps it out. Have to hope we can get one more chance of that nature.
One or two of the Hungarian players just looking up at the big screen away to our right hand side. In fact, there's two screens, so they will know the situation in terms of the additional time being played. We've gone through 4 of those, so they have to try and see it out now, Hungary. But for Ireland, it's about getting the ball down the pitch and trying to force a winning goal. They've got a throw in. Festi Ebosele to take it halfway inside the Hungarian half, sends it back to Finazaz. It's all or nothing now for Ireland. Manning plays it forward. Taylor gets it under control on the angle of the area, tries to deliver the cross, but it's blocked away. It'll be a throw in for Ireland. Less than 30 seconds of the additional time to go. Azaz receives from the throw-in, works it back to Festi Ebosele. Will give and go. Azaz delivers the ball into the area. Styles trying to head it clear. With a knockdown from Azaz back to Manning. Manning hoists the ball cross field towards Ireland's left-hand side. Nathan Collins inside the area, and Orban is there to take command of the situation for Hungary. He clears. Anywhere will do from a Hungarian perspective. Last few seconds here. And it's Queeving Keller on halfway to send it forward. Ireland looking for the winning goal. The knockdown and by run. Oh, it is! They've done it! Remarkable! What a moment! What a moment! Can you believe it? Unbelievable! Can you believe it? Ireland have got the winning goal in stoppage time. What a moment! Troy Parrott has delivered. It's a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick. Troy Parrott, you wonder. Wow.
It's literally the Late Show revisited. Adrian, I can't believe what I'm saying. We're dreaming. Absolutely dreaming. We just kept believing, we kept going, kept believing there was a goal there for us. This is it. It's all on the line here. Queeving Keller floats a lovely ball into the box. Nathan Collins, he has to win this header up against 2 Hungarian defenders. Otherwise we don't score this goal. And what's Troy Parrott doing? He's gambling. He's gambling on Nathan Collins winning that header. He gets across his man. It's a poacher's goal. It's a goal scorer's goal. But that's what he is. He is a goal scorer.
The hero on Thursday night. And he is the hero once again. Troy Parrott in stoppage time has burst Hungarian dreams, and Ireland heading for the playoffs. Remarkable.
Oh, I'm heading to the A&E. I need some tranquilizers. Absolutely amazing. Still seconds left, Adrian.
Yeah, and Hungary have to now try and salvage the situation. They have to go for broke here on the shot-driven goal where Sabozlai picks up the pieces. Sabozlai to have a goal. Instead he clips it in, and Keller is there to claim it, and that may be it. Ireland getting ready to celebrate. Well, can you believe it? Can you just believe it? 3 wins in a row incoming for Ireland, and a place in the playoffs beckoning. And the referee blows the full-time whistle. They've done it. It's extraordinary. Troy Parrott Troy Parrott, hat-trick man.
Oh, I can't believe he's gone one better. He's gone one better than either even at Portugal. Said it was the best night of his life, the 2 goals he scored at the Aviva a couple of days ago. What's he going to say about this evening? Unbelievable performance. Let's not single him out. Yeah, let's single him out. That's phenomenal what he's done. The composure, that first penalty kick. Again, the quality to finish for the second goal to get us back into the game when it looked as if Hungary had this game strangled. He brought us back into the game, and then collectively we just grew. The substitutions helped. We had 3 centre forwards on the pitch, 2 attacking midfielders. We were all in for that kind of last 10 minutes. And you felt it. The belief was there. They kept pushing the players. They kept pushing. The Hungarians wobbled, and eventually they let us in. But they didn't let us in. We kicked the door down. We literally kicked the door down. That header for Nathan Collins. No right to win that header, but he wins it. And Troy Parrott doing what he's done since he was 7 years of age. Schoolboy football, I'd bet, back in Dublin. Sensing an opportunity, anticipating where the ball's going to arrive. And calmness personified, putting the ball past the goalkeeper.
Well, the scenes amongst the Irish players, they are down celebrating at the moment. The Irish supporters away to our left-hand side. Well, they are absolutely jubilant. The home fans cannot believe it. Their World Cup dreams have been crushed by a Troy Parrott trio. What a night for him. What a night for Ireland. What a night for Heimer Haldumson.
Oh, yeah, everybody takes credit for this. Management, backup staff, collectively the whole group, the last couple of this week, this whole international get together. It's been phenomenal. A win against Portugal, coming away to Hungary. 6 points, Adrian, 6 points we've taken for these 2 games, the most pressurised of situations. Huge credit to the players. They've had to take their fair share of criticism during this qualifying campaign, but credit where credit's due. When the chips have been down, they've dug deep and they've found 2 unbelievable performances, particularly here. This is more impressive, Adrian. This is more impressive than what they did against the Portuguese at the Aviva. Everything was on the line tonight, absolutely everything. Hugely pressurised environment, and they've stood tall. They've stood tall and they've knocked over this Hungarian team with the outstanding player in the pitch, Soboslai, centre midfielder captain. He couldn't keep us out towards the end. Wonderful performance, standalone performance. Everybody should be so proud of themselves.
And a real never say die attitude. They kept going, they kept plugging away right to the death. And the Irish supporters are celebrating. A lot of the Irish players reluctant to leave the field of play. So many of the Hungarians were crestfallen. They just crashed to the ground in disbelief when that ball was touched home brilliantly by Troy Parrott to give Ireland a place in the playoffs.
Look at those Irish supporters, Adrian, to our left-hand side celebrating. It's a shame they're so high in the stands, otherwise the Irish players would climb in and celebrate with them. They might even do it. They're that excited. But I'm so pleased for these Irish supporters. Those supporters who've come to the Aviva a couple of days ago, who've come during this qualifying campaign for the last couple of years, kept believing in this team. Well, they've got their reward this evening. That travelling army, wow, what a night they're going to have in Budapest tonight. Cancel that plane back to Dublin for the Irish players. Keep them here. Get them out celebrating with the Irish supporters. They've earned it. You've got to enjoy these moments. I'm sure they will.
Well, Thursday was fantastic, but this is absolutely off the scales for the Republic of Ireland. Troy Parrott with a hat-trick. They kept on going to the well when the well had run dry. Yerevan was a real low, wasn't it, Kenny? And to think after that event in Yerevan, when Ireland really looked to be in a really bad place, to come from that to this.
They didn't even look to be in a bad place. They were in a bad place. They were at the bottom of the well. You're absolutely right. The well was kind of dry and there was no step ladders to get out. We couldn't see. Going to see a chink of light. Going to see a chink of light at the top of that well. But they've stuck together. They've kind of kept together, and it hasn't been perfect since then. Don't get me wrong. We wobbled against Armenia home. Yes, we gave up the late goal at Portugal. But these performances, the last 2 games, Adrian's been absolutely phenomenal. And tonight, I'm going to reference tonight again, real ebb and flow to this game tonight. That second half, Hungary were 2-1 up. They looked more likely. I was thinking there's a third goal coming here. They were really into the ascendancy. We were finding it tough. We were making substitutions. We were struggling to find a bit of cohesion to our play. But we kept at it. We kept pushing. I'm going to point the finger at Finn Azaz as well. dropped into a centre midfield position the last 25 minutes of that game, give him the responsibility to get on the ball and get us back into this game, and that's exactly what he did with the quality of his pass. And that pass for Troy Parrott, going to be talking about the quality of Troy Parrott's finish for the second goal. That pass from Finnazaz was absolutely sublime. And Nathan Collins is again taking a little bit of criticism during this qualifying campaign, but again when it mattered most, when we needed him, he came up trumps that all important header into the box, that assist for Troy Parrott's winning goal.
Kenny, how much credit does this manager deserve?
You've got to give huge credit. You've got to give him huge credit. That's the nature of the job. The team doesn't play well, it doesn't perform, it's under par. You've got to take the criticism and you've got to accept that. So he's had to accept that and his fair share of that, and he's taken it. But the group have rallied around him. It looks that way anyway, Adrian. I'm not inside the circle, but it looks as if the group has pulled together. That's a good sign. Looks to be a good dynamic between the manager and the players. There's a healthy respect there, and boy, have those players played for their manager tonight.
The players at the moment celebrating in front of the adoring Irish fans. Well, they're drinking in the moment as well they might. What an evening for the Republic of Ireland here in Budapest. It looked to be in all kinds of bother for so much of the match, but then Troy Parrott with a really delicate finish to make it 3-2 shortly after Johnny Kenny had been denied as well, of course, but Ireland kept on plugging away and they got the rewards in the end. Well, Hungary absolutely devastated.
It's not going to be a huge amount of sympathy up in this commentary box for the Hungarian team, Adrian, if that's what you're looking for. This is football, and generally speaking, you know what? The best team wins. Doesn't happen always, but generally speaking, that's the case. And I think we earned this. We earned this victory tonight. Nobody could say this was a lucky victory. We got ourselves out of jail. No, we didn't. We pulled ourselves back into this game second half. We really did. So it showed a huge amount of spirit and quality when it was needed, quality in particular from that man Troy Parrott, but everybody played their part. Great scenes here. Love to see the reaction between the Ireland players and the Ireland supporters here in front of us, Adrian. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
And that winning goal was a real poacher's finish, wasn't it? He was so alert.
Both of them, Adrian, both of them. The Bush is steaming at him for that kind of second goal. The ball's coming over his shoulder. You can see the keeper coming out in his peripheral vision. The first touch has to be a good one. It actually bobbled up. Probably wasn't perfect, the first touch. It bobbles up, but he doesn't panic. But that's what goal scorers do. They don't panic. They find a solution. And as the keeper came steaming out, just dinked it over him into the empty net. It was a brilliant finish. And the third one, totally different. But he understood what was required. Didn't have to lash at it, Adrian. He knew the keeper was coming out again. Just needed to get a good little toe, good contact on the ball, was going to get it past the goalkeeper. That's exactly what he did, executed it in the most pressurised of situations.
And the jersey was off straight away, and he was off and celebrating, and so was the Irish bench. I think the celebrations, Kenny, they're going to go on long into the night, not just for the players but the supporters away to our left hand side, and a great reward for them, for so many of the fans who travel everywhere.
They're great. We meet them, Adrian, don't we, in the kind of airports and around town. They keep coming out. They love it. They love the jersey. They love this kind of group of players. They keep backing them, and the players have responded this evening. Maybe a once in a lifetime performance, maybe stretching it a little bit, but really it's not far off that. It really isn't.
Yeah, what an afternoon, what an evening in Budapest. The Republic of Ireland have done it against the odds, you'd have to say. They've got the win they required. They've come to Budapest, and thanks to a hat-trick from Troy Parrott, they have beaten the home side Hungary by 3-2, and Ireland are into the playoffs.
Well done, Adrian Eames and Kenny Cunningham. Great excitement, great commentary, great drama. I don't know how we can sum it all up. We have our panel here.
Great excitement in here as well,
There was huge excitement here. Alan Cawley, Paul O'Hare and Anya Gorman with us. We were discussing the next Ireland manager half an hour ago.
Don't tell them that,
No. So we're in the playoffs. Paul and I were just chatting there. We're in the playoffs. The draw is next Thursday. But the truth is, Paul, there's so many games between now and Tuesday night. It's very hard to say who's going to be in those.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, was it Alex Ferguson who said football bloody hell? Like, it's just hard to get your head around the sort of the madness of the last 10 minutes, the last injury time, everything just epitomised that whole chaos that we spoke about earlier that Hallgrimsson just wants to bring to his team, and my God, did we get it. But yeah, so as it stands, Ireland are we are in the playoff draw, which will take place in Zurich FIFA headquarters next Thursday at lunchtime, 12 p.m. I believe. There'll be 16 teams in 4 pots. 2 seeded pots, 2 unseeded pots. We don't know yet because there's more matches tomorrow, more matches on Tuesday. So we're not going to know who the potential opponents are yet.
If we win our, say we're in pot C, for instance, if we win our semi-final, is the final against the other 2 teams in pot C?
That's a good question.
Okay,
no. I need to check it out.
Well, this is
Des, will you let us enjoy the moment? Come on, Des, will you?
Basically, it used to be the case, obviously, whereby, I remember playing Estonia in the Euros playoffs, and you'd play the one team home and away. It's different now. You get a one-leg semi-final against one team, whether you're going to be home or away in that one-off, one-leg semi-final will depend on world rankings and seedings and things like that. You win that final. You win that semi-final, then you go into a playoff final. It's all played out in the 1 week at the end of March. So effectively, without trying to, prick the balloon here, and Ireland still have to win 2 more matches to qualify for the World Cup.
Paul, you settle down.
Well, look, we've won 2 really big ones there now against Portugal and Hungary. So, that is huge momentum heading into this. And Alan, the man of the moment, Troy Parrott, when you have a player, and I don't think we've had a player like him who's been in that form, in that goal-scoring form for quite a while now, and to see him there, and you were so impressed, particularly with that last goal.
Marie, it's absolutely incredible. It really is. And we don't want to look too far ahead. I know Des, obviously, and Paul there, just in terms of what's to happen, but enjoy the moment. The last 4 days have been the best 4 days in Irish football in years, coming off the back of the Portugal win, when nobody gave them a chance, an unbelievable performance, and then you give yourself the opportunity of obviously going over there today, still in with a fight. And that's all we wanted at the start of the campaign, Marie. For years, and the last few campaigns, we've been out of it before it's even started. So all we wanted was to be in the fight, and we were very much in the fight today. And for large periods, it was looking like it was drifting away from us. It wasn't really happening. And then, as you say, a moment of inspiration from Parrott gets us back to 2-2. But for him to pop up with the winner off the back of another flick on from Liam Scales, and his anticipation, and no better way to do it in the last kick of the game as well. It's absolutely the scenes, Marie. I said this even on Friday. We were covering the 17s and the 21s games. No, there's nothing like it when the senior team are doing well and qualifying for tournaments, or you can have rugby, you can have and I like GAA, I'm a fan of GAA, but rugby is fine, but there's nothing like it. The country's going bananas.
We're a football nation.
I'm looking at social media here, and me young fella sending me videos, you're getting videos, we're all getting text messages.
Everyone's in the pub.
and we've only qualified Alan, for the playoff.
In Marie's hometown of 6 Mile Bridge now, there's 2,500 people watching Lockmore and Éire Óg knocking 7 lumps out of each other.
I bet you every one of them days have the phone out and they're listening to us.
It's in extra time as well.
It's 116 to 115 for Lockmore against Éire Óg in extra time. But getting back to the joy of it on you, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable for the country. You can see the momentum and the lift I think it gave us on Thursday, the game in the Aviva Stadium, and then here today, and the fashion we do it in as well. 95th minute, Troy Parrott comes up with a special moment. It's just stuff dreams are made of, and he said Thursday was the best night of his life. This has to cap it off, a hat-trick to get us into a playoff for the World Cup.
We have this unique ability, Des, though, of even watching the celebration there. You had your Robbie Keane moment against Germany, Shane Long's goal against Germany, Robbie Brady. Now this is iconic. This moment is for him, and the celebrations, it's absolutely incredible. Well, his mum better get ready for Liveline.
Well, as an older man than you guys, you'll forgive me also hankering for the good times and the Ray Houghton moments that we had,
and the Ronnie Whelan one before that as well.
Yeah, but let's stick with Ray Houghton at the moment, because he joins us live from Budapest. Ray.
How you doing, Des? You okay? Not much happening here, I can tell you. It's all quiet here.
Could you see it happening with 15 minutes left?
No, do you know what? When Kenny had his opportunity, and I thought he'd done everything right, hit it well, good clean strike. There was a magnificent save from the Hungarian keeper to keep it out. I thought that was it. But they've shown such resolve, this group, in the last few matches. They've been absolutely outstanding. And Troy Parrott, 2 goals on Thursday and 3 tonight. Just the right man in the right position. I thought his second goal was all about him. That's the type of character he is. The way that he controlled it. And then there was, nothing fazed him. He was just coolness personified. Just lifted it over the keeper. Great finish. His penalty was excellent also. And he was just talking to Tony O'Donoghue a few moments ago, and he was in tears. He could hardly speak. He was absolutely just overjoyed at what he'd just done. And The fans to my left are still any of the Irish fans, and the contrast between the two teams. The Hungarian players were walking round absolutely dismayed. You know, that's their World Cup over with.
You can identify with it, though. You were there.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing better. I think Troy said, you know, there's moments in your career, there's a reason why you become a footballer, is for moments like this. You know, these are the memories that will last your lifetime. You know, and for what he's done, he's an Irish hero. You know, the 5 goals in 2 games. When we were struggling for goals, when we need someone to stand up and, you know, take that centre stage, he done it in the 2 matches, and he's just down below me with the ball, the ball for the hat trick that he scored. And well, what a few days it's been for him. Do you know what? He's reinvented himself. He went away to Holland, and he reinvented himself as a player after being that youngster with real potential. It didn't quite materialise for him, but you know what? All credit to him. It just shows you, anyone listening, any youngsters, you want to be a footballer, it might not always go your way initially, but keep fighting at it, keep believing in yourself, keep trusting what you're doing is right, and you'll get your rewards like Troy has done in the last couple of matches.
Ray, you sound emotional yourself there. It must be so special just being there in that moment with everybody.
Yeah, it was emotional, because you're thinking that, you know, the last 3 games, you know, they've put so much energy in. All right, I mean, it wasn't a great performance as such, but they still got the win. We kept them alive, and then they won on Thursday against Portugal against the odds. When, to be honest, when I seen the starting 11, you were thinking, oh, how are we going to score? But they found a way to do it. And then tonight, you know, went behind quite early on in the game, and you're thinking, oh, you know, what's going to develop from here? And then they showed that resolve again, so all credit to them. Hamer's just come out onto the pitch. He's just taking the applause of the Irish fans at the moment. None of them have left. They're all there. Still enjoying it.
Do you know what I'm thinking, right? Anya Gorman, another Irish international with us here. Yep. The country loves Troy after last Thursday, but the humility of him and his mother, who we heard on radio, etc., and the tears now today, I mean, the love for him is going to go to a ridiculous
Somebody
level.
said to me there'll be a lot of babies in 2026 called Troy.
Well, there you go, that's what happens. You'll be playing for all sorts now.
Yeah. All those Rays are running around.
Well, let me tell you,
years of age.
I'm still getting bills in for people smashing their telly and their windows and all sorts.
Ray, what was Hamer like throughout the game? Because you could see him there in the body language, and he had said as well that he likes a little bit of chaos. Was there a feeling of chaos in the good sense of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got to admit, he done something I was surprised at. He took Malumbi off, who's a natural central midfielder, and he put Finn Azaz in there, and I was thinking, I'm not sure how many times Finn's played as a central midfielder, but then what a pass he played for the second goal for Troy. Absolutely exquisite little ball over the top, wasn't it? And maybe the other midfielders wouldn't have seen that, and that's what Finn gives you, that awareness and a vision and way to pass that led to the opportunity. Still a magnificent finish to get it back to 2-2, and then you were just hoping for one chance, and as I say, when Kenny had his chance, I thought, that's it, it's gone. But in this game, you know, you should never be surprised at things that go on late on in games. In the last few seconds, you know, a great flick on from Liam Scales. What a header that was. He doesn't get the flick, Troy don't score. It's as simple as that. So you need the initial first contact, and that's what we didn't do too many times that we could have done. But then you're looking for the second ball, you're looking for a predator, you're looking for someone who's in there that can sniff out the half chances, and that's what Troy did. And the scenes afterwards was just incredible.
Well, it's now 19 and a half minutes since we heard the description of the goal. Let's hear it again.
And it's Queevy Keller on halfway to send it forward. Ireland looking for the winning goal. The knockdown and by Ron. Oh, it is! They've done it! Remarkable! What a moment! What a moment! Can you believe it? Unbelievable! Can you believe it? Ireland have got the winning goal in stoppage time. What a moment! Troy Parrott has delivered. It's a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick. Troy Parrott, you wonder.
It's literally the Late Show revisited. Adrian, I can't believe what I'm saying. We're dreaming. Absolutely dreaming. we just kept believing, we kept going, kept believing there was a goal there first. This is it. It's all on the line here. Queven Keller floats a lovely ball into the box. Nathan Collins, he has to win this header up against two Hungarian defenders. Otherwise we don't score this goal. And what's Troy Parrott doing? He's gambling. He's gambling on Nathan Collins winning that header. He gets across his man. It's a poacher's goal. It's a goal scorer's goal. But that's what he is. He is a goal scorer.
I was just thinking, did Kenny Cunningham give Adrian a wedgie as the ball went into the net there?
He definitely sounded, Ray, like how we all felt. I don't think anybody was able to believe it in that moment, even when Adrian said it. But being there, he must have been the same.
99.9999 recurring. Never thought there was a chance, and then you get that, and it just makes it so worthwhile. Listen, 3 games into the campaign, I'm thinking this game is going to be a dead rubber. There's going to be nothing on it. We've got 1 point from 3 matches, and then we go on an unbelievable last 3 games where we win 3 in a row. All credit to the lads. I hope Thursday was a bit like my Scotland when we played Scotland in '87. We beat them 1-0. Mark Lawrence scored the goal. That was a night we all believed as a group that we were on the right road. And I hope Thursday night when they beat Portugal, that was the game for them, where the players believed that they're on the right road. And tonight just proves you never beat the Irish.
Paddy, I did that match for radio when the night you beat Scotland, and Paddy Crerand was with us, Scottish international, who was up for Ireland. You'd know Paddy Crerand, Manchester United European Cup team of '68. He had a house in Donegal. He considered himself more Donegal than Glasgow. Wow. It was extraordinary night. Yeah, extraordinary night. These are the memories, and all these youngsters in the studio will be looking back on this night the way we are looking at that night, right?
I keep telling the youngsters today, the players of today, look, remember moments like this. All you've got left when you finish playing is your memories of playing, and it's the big games that come to uppermost in your mind. And the last 2 games these boys have played will live with them forever, as it will do with the Irish fans. They've all had to be patient. It's been a tough few years for the Irish supporters, players. They've had a bit of backlash and style of football, or you're not good enough, whatever it may be. But they've answered a lot of critics in the last couple of games, and I'm delighted for them. Yeah, we've still got plenty of games to come next year to get to the World Cup. But let's just enjoy it, shall we?
Yeah, you're dead right.
You know what's amazing, Des, and even like I would have grown up for Ray's moment, Ronnie's moment, like you mentioned, but a lot of the kids haven't seen these moments. Yeah. So for like my boy is 12 now, so they didn't see the Portugal or the one today. So it's amazing for them. We had a lot of memories of Ray and Ronnie and qualifying for Italian.
And you know what, Al, you need it, don't you? You need nights like tonight, like Thursday night, because when you get results like that, you get performances like that, it engages the youngsters. They're now going. They want to be the next Troy Parrott, they want to be the next Nathan Collins, Queven Keller, whatever position you're playing in. That's what you're looking at. Both the male game, the female game, just makes sport in Ireland that's much more enjoyable, and everyone wants to be part of it, and it will bring new youngsters into the game. Some of them might want to go and play Gaelic, or go and play hurling, or go and play rugby, or whatever the other sport there is. Maybe a few of them will change their minds now in what they've seen and what playing for your country means to players and getting the results that they have.
And just new heroes for those young fans as well, like Troy, because there's a lot made of, Troy's been hyped to the hills since he was at Tottenham as a young lad, and there's a lot been made of him taking brave steps to go off to Holland and a couple of different clubs over there, but you kind of forget that he had loan spells. I just listed them here: Millwall, Ipswich, MK Dons, Preston. It hasn't always been smooth going for him, and he's had varying degrees of fortune and bad luck at some of those loan moves.
Do you know what came into my head while Ray was talking there? If you ask people in Ireland last Wednesday, name who's going to be the RTE Sports Personality of the Year, Troy Parrott wouldn't have been on the list.
Not many soccer players would have been.
No, I tell you, he's going to be high on that list now.
All changed.
Yeah, isn't it all? Isn't it amazing how it changed? I mean, you had that joy of World Cup qualification.
I know, absolutely, and just seeing what the men's team are doing now, it just relived them memories of qualifying again in the playoff in Hampden Park, and they have that moment now, and Troy Parrott scoring 5 goals in 2 games, like that's just the stuff you dream of. And like you said, at the moment he's a national hero, and that role model for all the young boys and girls playing
They'll
football.
need to be careful what they sing on the plane coming home.
In the change room, Des.
And also because it's
after today they can sing what they want.
Because there's been such a gap of major qualification, bar Anya's brilliant team there. if Ireland do manage to get through the next 2 games, everybody's going to want to go to America because they know that it's not easy to get there. It's been so long. And
there won't be tickets when you get there as well.
I'd say the credit unions are on standby tomorrow already.
Yeah, absolutely. We put in for the holidays.
But even if we're drawn away, like in March.
Even the playoff, there'll be huge demand for the playoff.
Santa's going to be busy.
We've given ourselves a chance now. As Ray said, the momentum, the belief, hopefully off the back of this week's results as well. It's amazing. It really is. As I said, the scenes around the place. It brings me back to those days when I was a kid, and I always hoped my boy would see it, and hopefully now we might.
So last question, Ray, will we be heading to America in the summer, do you think?
I sincerely hope so, but there's still plenty of games to come. We know we've got hopefully 2 more matches to play, but listen, it's just building on success, building on consistency, and if we can do that, we can take that form into is it next March, the games?
Next March, end of March.
Yeah, it's quite a way away, but Hamer's on my TV screen at the moment, and all credit to him. He had a bit of stick initially, but he's proved his worth in the last 3 games as well. And listen, I can't believe we've gone from where we were, with 1 point after 3 to here we are. Into the playoffs. You've just got to sit back and start applauding and say thanks very much.
Well, it was great having you with us, Ray. I still love you with all my heart.
Daisy, it's mutual, you know that.
Great, thanks, Ray.
Thanks, panel. Thanks everyone.
Thanks, Ray. Look, one of those brilliant days, and he mentioned there that Hamer Helgrimsson is on our screens on the television, and just given, let's say it was even a week ago, he was getting a lot of stick heading into that Portugal game. Very few people believed that he would find himself in this situation. I was at that press conference after the Portugal game. He was playing everything down. He was cool. He was calm. He's collected, not getting carried away, Paul.
He looked like he'd lost the game.
He did,
when he came into the room in the Aviva. I think he took exception to 1 or 2 maybe sort of lines of questioning. I'm not entirely sure whether he actually picked up on what exactly was being asked of him, but he came in, he looked drained, he looked physically drained, and probably mentally drained.
He must have been, though.
You can understand that, and we're looking at him here on the monitors here from Budapest, and just
doesn't look too happy either.
No, just absolutely.
I'd want my dentist to be calm and cool as well, rather than panicking. Oh, gee, that's the wrong.
He's a measured kind of an individual.
But it is amazing how 15 minminutes to go in that game, seconds to go in that game, and we could have been having a very different conversation, because for as long as I can remember, the conversation always centred after games, after defeats, after poor night, the conversation always centred on the manager, and they turned into almost these kind of national referendums about should the manager stay or go. That was happening with 10 minutes, 5 minutes to go here, and who's next. And I spoke to Niall Quinn last week for a piece, and he was talking about Hallgrimsson's future, and if we go out heroically, well, then there's a case to be made for still keeping him, that change of managers all the time isn't necessarily the way to go.
I saw that,
and he was making the point that with Jack Charlton, when we qualified for Euro 88 and we relied on that look from Scotland in the final game, there was no clamour to sack Jack at the time,
I think it's a feature though of the modern game, and it's probably a lesson to everyone as well, Paul, because he's right, debates break out. We've taken part in the debate for the last 2 years, and every time, rather than actually, because to be fair, his remit at the start was keep us in the fight, and if he can get us to a playoff, because everybody thought obviously Portugal would get the automatic, and especially where we were coming off the back of. So that's fair enough, so we shouldn't be judging him after the first game or the second game. Let it run its course, and today it's run its course, and now have the debate. But it is a feature of the modern game that, as I said, a debate does break out after every match rather than after a campaign.
Absolutely. I told Marie before on you that that match you're talking about, when we qualified for Euro 88, because Scotland won surprisingly away to Bulgaria that night, that afternoon we played here at home. We scraped a win, and it wasn't a full Lansdowne Road, so we weren't going to qualify because Bulgaria were going to get a point at home to Scotland. And I did a vox pop with the fans, and lots of them said replace Jack. And then that night, Scotland beat Bulgaria against the odds, and everything changes. We're going to hear from the man himself. Hamer is going to be with us after the break.
Sunday Sport on RTE Radio 1.